and start running my mouth, I keep forgetting to turn my mic on. So, as I was saying, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this tweeted out here. Let people know we're live. And have some of them come into the room. We are live here on Talk Live on. So we had a really great write-up by Ben Kramer Miller. And for those of you guys who don't know, he's one of the preeminent writers on Seeking Alpha. And not only that, but in the mining sector. And he happened to write really, really good, detailed information about how, ironically, the stock that I'm promoting this week, Santa Cruz Silver Mining. I had mentioned that this was going to be a month play. I don't know. Now that we have this Seeking Alpha article out there, if we hit it out of the park tomorrow, 100% or more, or even 75%. I mean, honestly, I don't want you to go that high. I really would be happy with like 30, 40. Okay, because I want this to be something that's like a multiple day run. I don't want this to be like 300, 400%. If that was the deal, I would have went with something that was 2 pennies or something, you know. Um, I want something that's going to be a nice gain for everybody who gets involved. That's going to get a lot of attention, not only for what I'm doing, but going to bring in a lot of investors. So people who believe and jump in the morning, you guys are going to come out in the afternoon or maybe tomorrow or the week later, whatever it is, with some, obviously some really good gains. Okay, but with this Seeking Alpha article changes everything. This Seeking Alpha article changes everything. So, for you guys who don't know, my pump tomorrow, SZMF. Again, that's SZSMF. Sorry about that. SZSMF. And, so that Seeking Alpha article is just a blessing. I don't know Ben Kramer Miller. I have read his stuff before. And this is the second time he wrote about the stock. We didn't plan this out. I got an email, you guys plan to do this? No, we didn't plan this out or anything. He wrote it up. I had already chosen, because I already told most of you guys in the chat room on Friday what the stock was going to be. So you guys knew on Friday what the stock was going to be. I told you I'd make some videos. I do a lot of advertising. And that's pretty much what I've done. And bought the Facebook ads. Got that 3,500 for the whole. So far, I planned it for the month, but if we have a really strong day tomorrow, like over 50%, then I'm cutting everything short because that's going to be that's almost too much. That's going to be too much. So we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. See what happens tomorrow. I chose this time I wanted to go with a more established, a more stable company, a more expensive company that I usually push. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. And it's just something to really kind of get going, get some money in some people's pockets. Some of you guys have been losing out on so many trades for so long. I mean, I get emails from people, they just been losing at the market for months, for years. Hey man, I'm losing money. I'm in and out of trades. Every time I sell the stock goes up. Every time I sell it, every time I buy it, it goes down. I mean, it's just really one of those things where it's just, I feel sorry for almost for some of these people. And, we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow I've offered people an opportunity to get in on something good. And if we all work together and we get on that biggest gainer list, we get on that list, by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? People are seeing this stock shoot up. The general marketplace is going to come running. It's going to come running. I released a video this weekend, how to make 25,000 a month. And people say, where do you come up with that 25,000? Well, because I have investors who trade anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000 on my picks. Okay. They are very good at getting in and out. They're very good at knowing when to buy, when to sell. And they say they are making about $25,000 a month when I promote. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But the fact of the matter is, I'm back in the game and I'm not going anywhere. Worked with a bunch of other guys, sold a little bit of my list, worked with them on branding, helping them on their marketing, building them up. But it's nice to be back doing my own thing. So yeah, what up to you on the 4th, Travi? Let me go ahead and tweet that out. Right. So if you guys want to know the article and get a little deeper on my promo, the link is in the chat room now. The link is in my chat room now. That's the write-up we have here on Seeking Alpha. That came out on Friday, so it's going to move the stock very, very strongly. Of course, I would have loved if the Seeking Alpha article came out, tonight, but it's okay. It's okay. It's been out since Friday, and people are going to take notice just because the writer, the guy who wrote it, again, he's the basically the CEO of MiningWealth.com. Ben Kramer Miller, MiningWealth.com. He runs that website, and this is basically the write-up that goes to his premium service customers. So they get the write-up, uh, but we'll see. We'll see. So this today, guys. Of course, the market was closed. Nothing much happened. Um, but I mean, look at the price of gold and silver, guys. I don't know if you guys are following that. We've got new highs all weekend, basically every day this weekend. Gold, silver hit new highs. Let me see silverprice.org here. Where are we at silver now? All right, so we're at 2039 right now. So we're up 4% since Friday. So we're up already another 4%. We're up 20% in the last 30 days. Today, we're up 4% today. Excuse me, 4% today alone. The change in price in silver. That's why I think Santa Cruz Mining is going to really benefit from this. So, all right, LK Ra, you're back. Shamaka, no problem, no problem. So today I was really talking to you guys and whatever you guys are looking at on this short week. Short weeks tend to be very aggressive. You got guys who go out to parties and business functions or whatever it is, fundraising functions, especially in New York City. This time they do a lot of fundraising functions around this time of year, on this day in particular, especially this weekend, Saturday. Um, and guys get tips. They get tips on stocks, and they're so eager tomorrow to jump into the market on a lot of those plays. So we'll see, hopefully, that it's going to be a very, very aggressive week, and that's a good thing for the stock I'm promoting and the general OTC marketplace. So I'm going to be really eager to see what happens on the markets tomorrow. I'm going to be really eager to see what happens on the markets tomorrow. All right, so let me see here what were here, the street, biggest gainers. So looking at some of the biggest gainers that were up Friday, we talked a lot about these on Friday. I don't see anyone in particular that looks like it's going to be crazy especially in the NASDAQ, crazy on Monday. We had a lot of pharmaceutical plays end up really strong on Friday for plenty of different reasons on their own merits. The Amex or the NASDAQ Next market, huge, huge gains across the board in resources. Guys, we still have a lot of instability. We still have a lot of instability in Europe. We had one of the conservative leaders, the guys who led England out of the EU, decide to step down today. That was huge. One of the EU leaders, excuse me, one of the conservative leaders that took Britain out of the EU, okay, and it hasn't even been ratified yet, and they're already trying to talk about switching and let's redo the vote. I mean, that's the whole scam here. You know what I mean? 72% of your population came out and said we don't want to be a part of the EU. And what are the elite trying to do? They're trying to do a revote. I mean, that 72% of the people said, okay, they came out and vote, and they don't want to be in the EU anymore. Okay, and they want out. They want out. You know, so it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what the future is for that. And if I can get an article to that, I'll share that with you guys. If I can get a good article on that. But yeah, one of the huge leaders from England decides to step down. So now the Conservative Party is looking for a leader out there in England. So a lot of people, are moving into resource-based stocks. And if you look at the biggest gainers for last week, it shows. It shows. We had TGD, Timmins Gold Corp, Platinum Group Metals, Nova Gold Resources. I mean, the basically the biggest gainers, and all three of the major venues out there, resource-based stocks, okay, led the way. Resource-based stocks led the way. And there are tons of opportunities. I did a show last week where I talked about the best stocks, best penny stocks for 2016. That article pretty much summed up the best stocks that had done over the year, and all of them were resource-based stocks. All of them. VGZ, some other different stocks that we had talked about. So, again, we've got investors all over the world who are fleeing bonds. They're fleeing the instability in these currencies. Third world currencies have been pretty much demolished. Okay? Third world currencies have been demolished. Okay? If you've been looking at what's been going on with the South African rand, the yen, well, the yen is not a third world currency, but I mean, just look at all the other what's considered the third world. Their currencies have been pretty much destroyed. And wealthy investors in those countries have, unmistakably moved to gold and silver. They have moved to gold and silver. Obviously, there are tons of other metals out there you can invest in, but those, of course, are the biggest two. Okay? Those are the biggest two. And those of you guys who are new into the chat room, welcome, welcome. And if you don't know where to get the prices for these commodities, I've gone ahead and pasted that into the chat room. So you're going to be able to go ahead and bookmark that page. It has all of the more popular commodities that are traded there on your left-hand side. So you're able to go throughout the page and look at okay, what's going on here in the chat room? All right, Christopher, you're out of here, man. Ban this guy. What's going on with that situation? I'm about to ban this guy. All right, yeah, I'm banning him. I don't know what he was talking about. He's out of here. He's out of here. What's going on in the chat room here? All right, Costa Videos. You about to get banned too? If you're not talking about stocks, you got to get up out of here. If you're not talking about stocks, you got to get the fuck out of here. Hey, who can I ban here? Yeah, welcome, Augustine. Terrell, welcome, welcome. Happy 4th to you. Chris B, welcome. Joaquin, welcome, welcome. Truth Teller, all right, you're out of here, buddy. Man. Costa Videos, you're typically pretty cool. I don't know what you're doing in the chat room talking like this right now. Okay. All right, so Anyway, let's go back to the discussion here. I didn't even know you can trade pigs. You can actually trade lean hogs. I never knew that. You can actually trade cattle and live cattle. I didn't even know you can do that. Was there a difference between, uh, feeder cattle and live cattle? I didn't even know there was a difference in that. So again, you guys, if you don't know, SZSMF is my pick for tomorrow for this month. All right, so you guys can trade it. You don't have to buy it. Just look at it if you're not comfortable. We'll see what happens to the stock tomorrow. Looking forward to a big gain, hopefully. Other than that, this is going to be a short episode. I just want to warn it again. If you guys don't have any stocks to bring up, let me see here. WLKR. What's going on with WLKR? WLKR. What is that? Walker Innovation. 53 cents a share. Okay. What's going on with WLKR? What's the story there, Costa? SZSMF. Hello, Miss Walker. How are you? Glad she's watching. Glad she's watching. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what's the story there? Sean, I don't do text alerts, and I'm going to tell you why. Because text alerts have a tendency to spike the price. I don't want my promos to get spiked. I really want consistent growth. So when people find it, they find it. If they don't, they don't. But I'm not looking to get spiked. I'm really looking for consistent, wealth extraction. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hidden wealth in this stock, SZSMF. I'm looking to get extracted if everybody participates. Okay. SZFF is a pump. What is SZFF? Let's see. SZFF. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. UTI? UTI? Look at that. He's real excited about UTI. TI. Universal Technical. Oh, UTI. UTI is the mechanic school, right? That's the mechanic school. I'm curious as to what's leading this growth right now. It was a big day last week. They ended up the week really strong. This is a stock that I had looked at as a possible short when it was going sideways in early June. So this decline is actually pretty recent, because in early June it was, kind of choppy. And by the chart, you can see it declined toward, the 20th or so. That's when the decline starts happening. But there's a rebound going on here. How far that rebound can go, who knows? But J Rod, are you in on that rebound there? If that is, that's a good pick, man. Please give some insight on brothers here that are new to trading, coming in with small capital, hoping to build accounts over time. Augustine, well, I'll be more than happy to give you some tips. What you need really is to get these DVDs that we like to give out in here. If you don't know how to use torrents, please go to uTorrent or BitTorrent and download one of those torrent downloaders. And let me get these DVDs for you, because you need the Tim Sykes DVDs. And again, I know they hate it when I do this. They always hate it when I do this. But at the end of the day, don't hate the player, hate the game, okay? You guys don't like me giving out the DVDs, the torrents to the DVDs? Go to Pirate Bay, do whatever you got to do with them to get it removed, okay? At the end of the day, it's available for me to have access to, for other people to have access to, and knowledge is knowledge. And if I got to take it to put myself in a better situation, I'm going to do that. So, and give it to people to put them in a better situation, I'm going to do that as well. Okay? A lot of people don't like that because I got a real, white man ideology when it comes to information. If I can't afford it, I'm going to take it from you. All right? That's just kind of the mentality there. All right, so let me get that link for you. 678. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, my name's Ron, man, calling from Atlanta.
What's going on with you, man?
I'm cool, man. I just checking your videos on YouTube, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What you think about them?
I think they're cool, man. Yeah, I trade myself, you know.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. How long you been trading, man?
I've been doing it. I started 2012 off and on, but I'm trying to get serious with it now. I'm
Okay.
doing options now.
Oh,
And
okay.
I
Okay.
do, I do options on penny stock.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you said you trade options, what because I don't know anything about options at all. Like, what do you calls, puts? I mean, what's your specialty in that?
I do calls and puts, man. It depends on the how the market is going.
Okay. Okay.
Options, you see the percentage is much greater, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do know it's inexpensive too, right? It's considered like a
Oh yeah,
cheaper way.
it's a lot cheaper than the stock, and I mean you can get. It depends if you, okay, say Amazon, you know the earning is coming out tomorrow,
Mhm.
and most of the time Amazon have a good earning and it go up.
Okay.
But you have different dates of expiration. You can make it a long sit until September. You can go until
Okay.
1 week. Yeah, but the percentage is higher causing to closer to expiration.
Okay. Okay.
But
Now,
the way how you value it, you can get very high percentage, man. $1,000 sometimes. I saw some percentage very high, man.
I mean, how's it been working out for you? I mean, you've been making some money, some gains with
Yeah,
that, or
it been going pretty much okay for me, yeah, ups and downs.
okay.
But I'm getting better into it, and I'm getting better.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, if you at the point where I mean you're consistent and you're winning, man. There are no brothers on the internet right now on YouTube, for what I know, talking about options, man. So that might be an opportunity for you to come out and teach people
Yeah,
who might
when I
want to
get
look into
really
that.
good and I'm making up and quick my job and try to do some videos
Yeah,
also, man.
yeah, yeah. Definitely come out here and teach the people, man.
Yeah, for I mean a lot of you see a lot of black. Today I just went on show. A friend of mine, she worked with me. Like
Hmm.
she's from Nigeria, she's African,
Okay,
and she wanted to get into it too. And she
okay,
opened an account, deposit 200, 2,500. She deposit, and now I just help her out, give her a penny stock to buy.
okay,
We don't start with 500 for her to play with.
okay.
Yeah, so I just want her to at least double the 500, and then she can see how it going now.
Right, right. All right. Well, appreciate the call, man. Thank you. I just put in that link to the DVDs. So I don't know if you know how to use torrents or not, but I put the link in the chat room so you can get those DVDs. I think it's over 60 hours of education, so it could definitely help
Yeah,
you get to where you need to go.
yeah. So I do penny stocks and option, but I'll check your video out. I like the way you explain.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah, man. For I mean, some of them other like white guys, man, they don't like. They make it seem like it's hard.
What you see? You mean what? Penny stock investing is hard?
Not just the stock market in general. Some other
Oh yeah,
people make it look like it's hard,
yeah.
but it's just buying and selling.
Right. Well, I mean that's why. I mean, again, they do that intentionally to make it difficult, especially to people like you and me. You go to their
Yeah,
page, and the first thing they want to jump into is not necessarily the psychology, which plays a bigger role than anything else. They want
yeah,
to jump into the chart and start talking in ways that confuse people. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
that's what they do to kind of control how the information is really disseminated. So that's kind of what led me to start my channel, is really kind of getting myself to learn more by teaching other people. When I'm not even really, I don't even really call myself a teacher, but more importantly, I just wanted to talk about stocks differently, man. People were talking about it in ways just to confuse people, you know what I mean? And using all kind of words that honestly doesn't even really
Yeah.
make sense. You know what I mean? It is about buying and selling. And nobody
Yeah,
knows about buying
it's
and
just a
selling better than
market, man.
us.
Yeah, all you have to do buy at the right time.
Yeah,
If you buy at the right time, when it's down, buy low, sell high, you make profit.
right, right.
And it's about choosing the right stock if you know you're gonna move.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
like right before election, some of those penny stock marijuana gonna actually blow up again.
So you saying the marijuana stocks are going to blow up by election time? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just around election for California gonna come out and
Right.
they're gonna have the ballot in California with marijuana in it.
Yeah,
And more than likely people gonna vote for it, man. For it's a medicine. And more and more people seeing it as a medicine. So
yeah, yeah. Definitely.
so remember,
because
in
we talked about that
2014.
last week too. There were some stocks that'll be coming out. We looked at a couple stocks that we thought were
Yeah,
going to benefit most by that.
yeah. For us, or some, some of them kind of iffy, some of the penny stocks, but if you can make money, it's all about making money still.
Much
Yeah.
respect. Definitely, definitely. All right, man. Much respect, man. Thanks for
All
the
right,
call,
cool,
man.
no problem. Yeah, I just wanted to save your number over here, so I said, let me give you a call, see how we
Hey,
can.
man. Appreciate the call, man. Much respect to you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Cool, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So, much respect to that brother for the call. Yeah, man. If you good enough at that options where you can, yeah, you don't even have to be that good enough, man. A lot of people think you don't have to be a pro to tell somebody how to do something. I'm not a professional stock trader at all. At all. Okay, I'm more into this marketing. I'm more into, you know what I'm saying, moving stocks by, you know, selling it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to selling, I think I'm the best. I love to sell. Always been in sales. Anybody who's known me, I know I got some people back in the high school days watching me. Shout out to y'all. I've always been in sales. I love sales. I realized a long time ago that instead of having an hourly job, I could have a sales job, and in 2 weeks, in a month, even if I sold maybe one or two or whatever I was selling, I could make as much as my friends did working Monday through Friday after school. So, um, you know, but anyway, that was a long time ago. AZES, AZES. What's special about it? Think about that pick, AZES. Let me see here, AZES. What's going on with AZES? I might have to go in my other platform to see what's going on with that. I don't know why. AZES 65 up 39 cents. Yeah, it went up huge on Friday. Okay, I remember this way. It went up huge on Friday. It went up huge on Friday. So let's see if tomorrow if it holds those gains in the morning, Joaquin. Let's see if it holds those gains. It was up 38% on Friday. Okay. Let's see if it holds those gains in the morning. AZES. Let me see that again. Hold on. Was that? Here. Man, Yahoo Finance. I hate how Yahoo Finance switched their stuff up, man. I can't stand how they switched up the website like that. Dante, I don't really follow Tesla. I mean, I love the story, but those stocks are way too expensive for me. Way too expensive for me. I don't follow Tesla, any stock like that. So my pick tomorrow starts at 34 cents right now. Um, we'll see. We'll see how high. People have been asking me, how high do you think it's going to go? I don't know. Someone in the chat room asked what the float was. We believe, and I say we in terms of some other people who approached me with this pick, that the outstanding is anywhere between, could be anywhere between 50 to 65 million, but the float, right? The float, the actual amount that's out there, has got to be less than 20 million. Less than 20 million, if maybe not even that. If you go on Seeking Alpha, did I get out of the article? If you go on Seeking Alpha, again, the guy who wrote the article on Friday about Santa Cruz, he mentions it a little bit in his article. And I love how the article pops right up on Google. It just goes to show you how Seeking Alpha really moves stocks. And there's the article written about the stock I'm pushing tomorrow. And then you guys can go already on Twitter. The ads are already out. I've got a repeater system that's going to be that's spitting out ads damn near every 10 minutes or so. Every 10 minutes, a new post spits out. About every hour to 2 hours on my own page because I don't want to irritate people. But I've got other Twitter accounts that I clearly say that are mine. Okay, it's not like I'm trying to pretend to be someone else. So you can go. I don't tell people where they're at because people be trying to flag those accounts. But they obviously do say, hey, this Twitter account is owned by Free Stock, so people know it's all coming from me. But those accounts are tweeting about the stock practically every 10 minutes to an hour. Every 10 minutes to an hour. So I'm trying to move it, man. I'm really trying to move it. So we'll see what happens. You know, you just hope that the market responds the way you want it to. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Rebound for Gevo, Scott? You tell me. You tell me. I mean that was an ugly dip. You tell me, but I mean we're almost there. It's 10 cents away from that dip that it took place earlier in the month for Gevo. So Gevo has you know in the last 2 weeks recovered practically all of its gains. Now, not talking about that huge dip that it took earlier in the month. You know, I'm not talking about that huge dip, that second dip. When the silver news came out. Yeah, man. Yeah, big thing for silver. When I told you guys that it was going to be my pick, silver was, I want to say at 19 something. Now we're above 20. We're above 20. We're at 2039 now. 2041 just changed. Silverprice.org is where I follow it. 772, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey man, what's up, man? I'm a real big fan of yours. Finally got the balls to give you a call.
Appreciate it, man.
But I don't want to waste your time. Just want to say what's up there, everybody. I got a good stock for everybody.
Hey, we want to hear it. We want to hear it. What's up?
I really think, I called you before, I really think SSI is going to blow up. Let me see, my name is Marcel Potter. Because you got to think, it's a clothing store, right? And here it is, school's going to start, and it's only real cheap right now. $5 to get in. I think the highest going to go is like $20. So then again, the more shares you get, you're looking at like over $1,000 easily. You know, and shout out to Sal too.
Appreciate it.
So what do you guys think about SSI? You know, I really think it's going to do good this summer.
Okay. Now, are you in the stock right now?
Hell yeah. Now, you see, then again, like I said, I called you before. I really quit my job kind of thing. It was a bullshitting job. And now I'm making more money in one day than I did in a week there. Like I said, I did my homework before I started, and now I got money out there. So it's like I would say mid-cap stocks kind of thing.
Okay.
And right now I'm average $100 a day. The most I made was $130. But you know what I'm saying, I keep watching you guys and keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying, I should be making more than that kind of thing.
Sure.
So right now I got a lot of money in SSI. So, like I said, I think it's going to blow up, and then if it does, you know what I'm saying, we see that looking real pretty on top of my other stocks I got floating right out there.
All right.
You know?
Definitely. Much respect, man. Appreciate the tip here.
Yeah, like I said, I'm watching you, like, right now, and I call you, I think it was early in the morning, one morning. But I keep my name and everything, you know, Marcel, everything.
Okay.
And like I said, right now I'm on the weekend in game, and already killing the market. So, like I said, just beginning, and my goal is, you know, be up there with y'all big timers, you know.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Call back anytime. Thank you for the tip, Marcel.
Man, up, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Give you.
All right, so that was Marcel with SSI. And it's not bad. I know you guys in the chat room, you like the cheaper stuff. Seem like anytime we go over $5 when it comes to a stock, people are real hesitant when it comes to, you know, penny stocks. $5 is the new $10 because, you know, penny stocks are anything under 10. But it seems like lately, especially these last like 2 years, a penny stock now is like anything under 5. Anything under 5 is like the new penny stock. That's the new limit. So SSI though, I mean, it found support there this past Friday at that 511 price. So it looks like that's the new, and that was a huge, passing that 511 was a huge resistance break for that stock, because as you look at the chart, especially if you look at, let me see here, how long did it do this? If you look at the 7-day chart, if you look at the 7-day chart and what the stock did on the 23rd and then what it did this Friday, it really cracked that resistance level at 516. So it touched it, came back down. So we'll see if this coming week it can really crush that hard and really get out of those 5 teens. If it can get out of the 5 teens, 518, 517, and really keep going, this stock may be, having a lot of upside. Obviously, we gotta look at the fundamental position. I don't know, where their stores are at. I don't know how good their stores are doing, where are their best performing stores, their worst performing stores. You guys can do research on that. What videos do you recommend to purchase to best help learn the game? Mr. Omar, we don't buy DVDs here. Okay, we stay away from using money for any reason besides trading. Okay, I'm a big proponent. I don't like spending money on anything that's not going to bring me more money, and I don't believe necessarily that education should be sold. Okay, I'm not a big believer, because many times the people giving out the information, they got it for free. Okay, so let me go ahead and post these DVDs in there for you again. Okay, so I posted that in the chat room for you. Hopefully you know how to use torrents. You can download that. I think I want to say it's anywhere between 40 and 50 hours combined of information. All right. I don't know anything about Betterment. I don't know anything. What do you think about Betterment until you become comfortable with penny stock? Yeah, I don't know anything about Betterment. I know it's an automated thing, right? So I don't think you can. It's not really to buy stocks, is it? I thought it was more or less like you put your money in there and they automate the system for you depending on what you sold. Yeah, I mean, look, if you got the money to buy the silver package, Omar, go ahead and do it. If you got the money for it. But many times, the people who like my videos and stuff like that necessarily don't have the capital to do it right now. So if you got the money, go ahead and buy Tim Sykes information. I've always said if you got the money, it's great. But if you don't have the money, try to get it the 5-finger discount way. Anything you got to do within reason to, get where you got to go. Especially when it comes to, trading and investing. It's all about really getting the knowledge. Sometimes, you got to figure out how to get it without necessarily paying for it. VPNs, I don't know anything about VPNs. Somebody had mentioned that I'm seeing that earlier comment, Trade King talking about VPNs. That's that fake social security stuff where you try to get a fake social security number. That's that scamming stuff. We don't really scam. Okay? That's that scamming stuff. Best brokers, I've always thought TD. I'd use E-Trade just because I love E-Trade customer service, but TD is just fine. TD is free to start. We got guys in the chat room and guys who watch my videos who have $500. TD is a great place to go. It's free to sign up. You can go there if you got your social, your information, go in there, get set up tonight. Okay. For those you got TD, I don't know, somebody had called up last week and mentioned if TD gives a debit card. I know E-Trade gives a debit card. So, your profits are basically, going right to your card. Free VPN for private Tim's. Oh, okay. So you were talking about virtual private networks. I'm thinking about something else. Yeah, there's the VPN. I forgot it's something like where it has to do with Social Security stuff though. Yeah. I don't know anything about any free. In fact, if you go to Pirate Bay and you type in VPN, there's VPN software on there. There's VPA software on there. Our tickers on Fuel. I don't know if this Rocket Fuel Incorporated. Rocket Fuel, we saw it take off last week on the show. We saw it take off last week on the show. I didn't get to talk about it because I don't have a Wednesday show. So because it took off on a Tuesday and I don't have a show on Wednesday. But I mean, since then it's been a little bit choppy. I don't know where it's going. I can't by the way the chart looks. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. I'm not a genie, and based on I mean, what's the information and what do you like about it? Yeah, yeah, no, that's important, Milton. You want to cover up that IP address. I got you. What do you like about fuel, though? Okay, Harvey. You think it's going to continue to be a top gainer? Trade King. Yeah, yeah, I saw you, Trade King. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, Rel. That's one thing I can't answer. That's what I don't know if anybody in here has TD to tell me if they do get a debit card, but I do know with E-Trade you get a debit card. Oh, okay. So Rel, okay, they do. Okay, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Okay, Ameritrade does give a debit card. Got it. Got it. So that's what's up, man. I mean, you get to open the account for free. You put your money in, and you get a free debit card. That's what's up. And I do remember you do get an account number, a routing number. So for those of you, we got some people in the room who can't even get bank accounts. You know what I mean? If you're using them old ass NetSpend cards, them NetSpend cards, them little prepaid cards that are taking money. You working hard and they're basically doing nothing for you. Use your brokerage account as an account where you get your paycheck. Why not? Why not? It's free. It's free to use. And if I remember correctly, TD doesn't charge you for Rush Card and all them. I mean, them things is ridiculous, man. Them fees that they take out is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, thousands, Trade King, hundreds of thousands. If I add up, if it wasn't for the fact that I give so many things to people in my family and things like that, and the things that I've been able to do for my parents, especially, if you count it all, it's hundreds of thousands. It's well in the hundreds of thousands. Ain't no millionaire yet, though. That's what I really want to be. I want to be a millionaire. But I know to become a millionaire, I've got to deliver $1 million worth of service. You see what I'm saying? So I've got to make you guys wealthy because you guys will go and tell somebody else who tells somebody else, and then all that kind of comes back to me, and people play my plays, and that's how you become wealthy. Is you got to deliver that kind of service and wealth to other people. Yeah, I started studying from Sykes. I started studying from Sykes, but the returns that I was making way more returns following promoters. And then when Awesome Penny Stocks left, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I decided to become a promoter myself. Trade King, what are you, the IRS man? What I mean, what's you checking my pockets? Damn. Just look at my videos. You can tell I've been making money. I mean, damn. Go look at how I started with a damn camera phone. Over time, we get better, accumulate things. Yeah, atheist, you're right. The more you give, the more you get. So I've just got to give more to people. I got to give more. You know, promote harder. Promote harder. I got to promote harder. You know, deliver people bigger returns. I need more and more successful investors or traders, more likely. Trade with paper. Iman, you can go to how the market works. How the market works. I know TD has their own little paper trade thing too. I don't. The name, evades me right now. Yeah, Thinkorswim. Yeah, you can go paper trade over there. Thinkorswim. So they're really good too. $100, AJ. I started with $100, literally. Following these promoters, man. In fact, when you, it's so funny, when you download Tim Grittani's trading tickers, have some of you guys watched that video? Have you guys gotten to that one yet? If you trade, if you watch that video, he follows promoters. He day trades promoters' picks. So shout out to Tim Grittani for that. I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of that, but this weekend I actually really sat down and listened to the DVD, and he's got it's a pretty thorough DVD. Pretty thorough DVD. I downloaded it, and I've been downloaded it, but I just had never really looked at it and paid attention to it. Well, Milton, one, the fact that this is a stock that, one, you had a situation where there's a new mine that has just came online. This company is basically borderline profitability, so the next earnings report is really going to kill it. You're in a situation where the underlying asset, the business, silver, is increasing. You have a situation where the outstanding float is very minimal, and you have a significant amount of institutional investors in the stock as well. It's really going to move. It's really going to move. By how much, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm hoping tomorrow is a good day for the stock. Yeah, I got a great feeling about it too. I mean, I'm promoting it hard, and you guys are, for those of you guys who follow me on Twitter, Free Stock Pick, you can already see the ads that are going out. I've got 5 other Twitter accounts out there posting just all over the place. So it's really going to see. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. But I'll be happy with. Really, I'll be happy with anything over 20. I think anything over 20%. You know what I'm saying? If you can, 20 would be good. 20 would be good because it's a higher price stock. So I'm not expecting, the kind of return that I would get if it was like a double 10, double 20. Anything over 20, I'd be happy with. I use E-Trade. Yeah, it's a good company, man, and they've got a great young CEO, guy who's been in the mining business practically all his life. He comes from a very deep line of businessmen. This is his biggest venture yet. He's personally invested well over 9 million shares. Okay, he's got a lot of the people around him in terms of management staff are personally invested, have a lot of experience. They come from other successful businesses. They don't come from other, pumps or anything like that. And again, I can't convince everybody to stay in it long term. Some people are just going to be in it tomorrow and get out. I mean, it is what it is, and that's what I love about this business is that you decide whether or not to play or not. You decide how long to stay or not. So I don't sell anything. I don't have any, products that I sell or anything like that. It's just we are coming together as a group of investors, and we're acting like a big ass hedge fund, and we're putting in, $1 million, $2 million, all at one time, and that that reverberates throughout the markets. You know, people all over the world pick up that signal, and they say, "What the hell's going on over there?" You know what? I want that stock. Let me buy into that. And as they buy up heavy, you already been in the stock, so you get to, you know, launch on that. You know. So all I've done is I've taken the multi-level marketing approach and I brought it to penny stocks. You know, some people have all, oh, it's illegal. I'm emailing the SEC. Blah blah blah. Email. I've been doing it for 5 years, bro. They've been known about me. Been known about me. I'm small fish compared to some of these other guys out here, and they don't even really deliver like I deliver. They don't even really deliver. They dumping on people. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the gate, dumping on people right out the gate. You know? Welcome, Jose. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. You see Gail? Yeah, I don't see why not. Gail couldn't come back to $1. You know, Gail is one of those tickers that I'm advertising heavily on too on Twitter. You know, it's got a long way, but it's been a pretty nice couple days. I mean, since the 29th, you're up almost 20 cents a share. You're up almost 20 cents a share on Gail. So we'll see. We'll see how long. I mean, that's quite a ride up. It's got a long way to go. You know, that was a huge, huge drop. You know, when you come out and say that your most valuable, uh, research, your product, whatever you were developing, is worthless. I mean, that's huge. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, Miss Davis, that's great. Yeah, you can buy pre-market Astral. I just saw your question here. You can buy pre-market. It depends on whether or not your broker can trade pre-market. I know E-Trade does with certain issues. Said you want the video for the business credit? Yeah, yeah, that's on my YouTube. I got a little video on business credit. When I get a moment, I might want to look into what other issues in terms of business credit you guys want to see another video about. But business credit's a great way to jumpstart your business. Yeah, Kamikaze man, or cause Kami King. Every time I look at your thing, I want to say Kamikaze. HMNY was amazing, man. HMNY was amazing. We talked about that extensively here about HMNY. So that was an amazing pick that trended for quite a while. Quite a while. It took huge dips, and HMNY, you know, looks kind of like, or MGT looks a little bit like HMNY. You know, obviously two different stocks, two different situations. But you know, MGT, we'll see what it does this week. Last week it was all over the place. I know we got some MGT investors in here. We'll see what it does. We'll see what it does. We'll see what it does. Yeah, MGT. Yeah, that chart was all over the place last week. You know, that chart was all over the place last week. It had a lot of people second guessing themselves. You know, I did see some people on Profitly did nail the run up though. You had some people who just nailed the run up. They, for whatever reason, were able to see that, you know, this stock was really taking off. So we'll see what happens to MGT. You know, this is a stock that came out of nowhere. I mean, it just really exploded, you know, and we're going to test force. So $4 is a big resistance point for MGT. You know, $4 is a big resistance point, so we'll see whether or not it can stick, you know, and cross that. Yeah, Dallas, that you know, that article is a major help. It's a major help to what we can do tomorrow, but more importantly, what the price of silver has been doing is really what I'm focused on, because the underlying price of silver, it helps everything else. Okay, as long as we continue to have high silver prices, then we can, you know, that changes the whole fundamental, you know, situation about the company. So I'm looking at silver prices right now, and they're maintaining really, really well. So we'll see. So there's been a lot of bad things happening in the world, and I want them to keep happening, because that's what keeps commodity prices high. When the world is good and everything is well, that's not good for gold and silver. That's not good for commodities, those hard metals. But chaos is what, you know. There's a lot of ruffling about Brazil Resources. Brazil Resources. I don't even know what the ticker is for that. Is it this? Yeah, BRIZF. BRIZF. Beautiful chart. Doing a lot of gapping up as it climbs up the ladder. BRIZF. I heard a really great interview on YouTube. A guy was praising it. I guess the CEO there is pretty amazing, and he's been doing a great job. And he was doing a really great job. But I look at I look at you know, SZS MF a situation like I look at VGZ. If you're at a chart right now, look at VGZ. Ticker symbol VGZ. That is a beautiful chart. Beautiful chart starting at 77 cents. If you just look at a 1 month chart of VGZ. And that's what I see for the stock that I'm promoting. That's what I see happening. And that's what I would love to happen to that company. I think that that SZS, okay, MF has the same potential. I think it has the same potential. You know, recent history has been pretty choppy, but I think if, you know, we got the volume we needed, and again, the stock moved 6% on 100,000 shares. The stock moved 6% on 100,000 shares. What's that? Let me do the math on that real quick. So 32 times 100,000. So we moved 6% on 32 grand. Right? You take the share price times volume. Okay, and that's not even everybody buying into. Some of that is selling. Some of that is selling. So everybody coming in tomorrow on the news is buying the stock. So on $32,000, if we moved 6%, imagine on $1 million of buys. on $1 million of buys tomorrow, what that's going to do to the stock. That's what I'm hoping for. But even if we get, let's go 500 grand. That's still what, 15 times more than this? So on $32,000 on buys last Friday, again, 6% gain. So people ask me, what exactly is the float? I can't figure out what the float. It's tight, my friend. It's tight. It's very tight. I watched it all Friday. It's very tight. So I'm really excited about the stock. I'm really excited about where it's going to go. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, guys. But I'm hoping we kill it. Hoping we kill it. Everybody in here has learned from Tim's DVDs, my friend. Practically everybody in here has learned from Tim's DVDs. So if we do really, really well tomorrow, then, of course, like I said earlier, I can't blame you guys. Some of you by 3:34, you're going to be wanting to get out of there. 3:33, whatever it is, you're going to want to get out. And you're not going to want to hold multiple days. But when I look at ticker VGZ, that's what I hope to happen. That's what I hope to happen. I want to see a consistent growth over the next month, bearing in mind we don't have anything happen in terms of the price of silver, because we got to maintain this price of silver. Okay? And so far it's been doing that very well. We're up 4% on silver today alone. All right, right now I'm looking at silverprice.org. We're at 4.19%, 4.18 now for today. So on the Sunday, we had silver go up 4%. So I'm looking forward to the working week. We'll see what happens during the working week. But the fact of the matter is, the world right now has a lot of instability going on. And we're looking to profit on that. And if you want to profit on that, you got to go commodities. You got to go commodities if you're looking for consistent long-term growth. $772. What's going on?
Hey, Sal, what's up? This is Marcel again.
Oh, what's going on, Marcel?
Not much, brother. I watched a couple of your videos. I know you highly believe in the gold and silver prices and stuff like that, but I've been meaning to tell you that I used to sell this stuff, and the prices went down. What I think what happened a couple of years ago, that what I understand, I don't know too much about it, that I think the Chinese was hogging the gold, and then they unloaded on us, so the prices went down. So what I'm trying to tell you to do is just put the money where the market is moving. I watched an old Buffett video, and somebody asked him which way he take, a big block of gold or all the land and money in the world. He says, they call him stupid, but he's going to get the land and money because it's moving. You can flip the land with the cows and stuff. The only thing you can do with the gold is just look at it, Mm-hmm. So just put the money where the market is booming, bro. I'm telling you, you get rich.
I definitely agree with that. That's some people feel that way in this modern economy, that investing in gold and silver is kind of worthless. Obviously, gold is way off its highs, probably from when you were selling it or a couple of years ago. That's true. With this recent situation in Europe, both of those commodities have risen in price. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take advantage of this moment, you know what I'm saying? While it's still low, for sure. Don't get me wrong. The prices of both commodities are still low, but I'm really trying to take advantage of what they've been doing so far. We don't know how long it's going to continue. I don't know how long this trend is going to continue, but I think that this is an opportunity for me to extract some of the hidden value that's being placed out there right now.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't sell the stuff no more. I'm in the stock market, living and breathing every day now. Now, I still do my homework on it, and what happened is that it's a lot of mines out there that everybody's still digging and trying to get it up. But here it is, though. You can sit back and wait a year from now, get 20 cent here and 10 cent there, or in like one of the other videos, put it in some company like Sprint that, actually climbing. So you put your money in that stuff that, everybody doing it, you ain't going to get money for it. And Sprint, like you said, the school and all that stuff going to be coming out, and the phone's going to be blowing up. And, I'm talking about the stock that ain't moving and the stock that moving faster. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, that's true. Again,
Hoping on a dream or actually getting money in your pocket. I'm like you, brother. Hey, I'm trying to get paid, and actually, I am getting paid. Like I said, one of your videos, bro,
yeah.
motivate me. I did my homework from one of Tim Sites, DVDs. Don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna drop that kind of bread on it. So I watched a lot of free clippings.
Right.
I did my homework on a lot of other millionaire clippings, and like I said, I'm getting paid, and I just started like a week ago.
Right.
I did the tin and paper trail for a week as the money was going through the account.
Okay.
And last week I got started, and like I said, I'm average $100 a day, bro. The highest made is 130. So it's just beginning, and I keep you filled in on the profits I make, All
right, appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call.
Hey, better up, man. Call me up anytime, brother.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, man. Gold, the thing about it is, like, some people, they think that investing in gold isn't necessarily the way to go. And I don't want anybody to go out and buy gold bricks. I'm saying let's take advantage of the momentary spikes in gold and silver prices, investing in and trading these, commodities, these stocks that are based on those commodities. So I'm not saying go out and buy gold. 206, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, Mr. Lloyd, what's going on, man?
Happy 4th of July. I forgot today was Monday, man. I thought you was taking the day off.
Nah, man, Mr. Lloyd is in the house tonight. No,
hey, what's up, everybody?
This is, a show that we wanted to bring in people who have a stock that they've been looking at maybe on the weekend or whatnot, or maybe they just kind of want to share. So, I'm definitely not going to be going all night, but I just kind of wanted to, just get some people warmed up for the week.
Yeah, well, let me share a couple of things with you, and these are my top 2 picks for tomorrow. Okay. I'm thinking maybe a 10% gain, possibly more, more than a 10%. But the first one I'd like to talk about is AMPE. So Alpha, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, E as in Echo. It is called Ampio Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. Now, this is the homework that I did this weekend. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this, but the way this chart is looking and just the way the indicators are looking, if you can see that big drop that it made, and you see how it's creeping back up again, I think tomorrow is going to be a gain for this, because it's oversold. So, just wanted you to take a look at that one, write it down, and we'll see how tomorrow plays out. But I think it's going to get back up to that $3 mark tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, but it's going to get there one of these days. But I still think it's going to be a gain. From what I was trying to tell you, what my goal is as far as when I'm picking stocks.
All right. So tomorrow, AMPE is going to be green.
I believe it's going to be green. Correct.
Okay.
Now, the second one is Drys, DRYS. Now, I think this company is going bankrupt, but just the way the volume is and how much, I think it's going to be a pump and dump until it hits ground zero, but I think tomorrow is going to be a slight gain on this one too, so DRYS.
Yeah, Drys is a situation that we talked about last week on the show, and I don't put anything against this company as in terms of a possible buyout situation, man, because again, they're at a price where now, the ships they have alone are worth damn near 10 times what the stock is trading at. So we'll see what happens with Drys, but
I mean, from what they're saying is that the owner did something foolish with the stock and sold it all and did a reverse split or something. I'm not sure on the whole history of it, but just from the hype and what the volume is showing, I believe this is going to be a gain tomorrow as well. So these are the 2 that I'm going to be looking at tomorrow. And hopefully, if it all plays out right, then I think I may have a small system here that will allow me to to predict these small 10%, hopefully 20% gains in a day. Because that's, like I said, essentially that's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking. I mean, if that 300% comes, it comes, but I just want something pretty consistent when it comes to the game.
And that's all that matters. You know, a lot of the big investors out there who we consider successful, the Gritanis, you know, they always talk about how, you know, Gritani, he said it himself, his gain is about 6.8%, you know, per trade. So, you know, these guys aren't getting 30, 40% every time they, you know, they sell.
Right, right. So, yeah, man, that's all I had to share today. I mean, I just came into the chat room, so I kind of missed a lot of the conversation that's been going on. I'm glad we can talk about Elmer Suggs. You know, I miss hearing Elmer Suggs.
No, we're not.
Tattooed on my shoulder.
We're not talking about that no more.
Elmer Suggs.
You funny. All right, Mr. Lloyd, appreciate the call, man.
All right, brother. Hey, everybody, have a happy Good Fourth out there, and we'll see how tomorrow plays out with my AMPE and DRYS. All right, have a good night.
All right. Ask Mr. Lloyd, ladies and gentlemen, regular caller here on the show. And yeah, so he said AMPE and dries are going to be green tomorrow. So we'll see. I wrote it down. I think there's a good chance for dries to be up. Just because we're looking at the chart. And it's a cheap stock. So you got a lot of people out there who love playing those little dirt cheap stocks. So I think dries has, and just based looking at the chart, I think dries has a better chance for being in the green tomorrow. 9% gain on Friday. The other stock, AMPE, let me see here. He talked about AMPE. I don't know what the catalyst could be. I don't know what the catalyst could be to have that stock go up tomorrow. So we'll see. But somebody's stacking up on dries. So we'll see if that continues on that end. Iman, you saying what's the easiest way to learn penny stocks? Watching DVDs and paper trading. 614, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Sal, what's up, bro? K. Harvey here, bro.
Hey, K. Harvey, what's good, man?
All right, pretty good. Listen, I'm just calling to actually say something about that last call that I called in regarding the silver and the gold market. Pretty much just to go by what you were saying. I'm a stacker myself, have been for a lot of years, about 2 or 3 years now. And a lot of the play with the stocks right now are coming forth simply because in 2011, I think gold was at its highest, and we looked 2, 3 years ago, silver, the physical market that is, was $35, $40, and that's been suppressed.
Right.
And then you're looking at the idea of what's been going on with the COMEX, and then obviously Shanghai coming out with their new gold exchange. So the gold and silver physical market has been pushed down to where it's been at its lows, and a lot of people, you know, on our end, that are stackers, believe this is the beginning of a bull market, only the beginning. And you know, obviously we're here to take our profits, you know, as soon as we get them. Right. And that's what eventually led me to you, because that's all I was doing. And now I'm in a penny trading stocks, and I see it still in these gold tickers and things of that nature. But the general mindset, at least from the stacker community, that this is just the beginning of something that's going to be here for years to come.
Right.
Obviously, you know, maybe after election or what have you, it will take a major dip, but it's going to continue to go up.
Right.
For those that, you know, out there that are listening, you know, obviously you want to get in, and, you know, everybody has their own agenda on what makes good money for their particular family, but this is definitely going to be something, I feel, that just moves forward in the future, where you can have a good base, and then you can kind of make a decision from there. Other than that, bro, you're doing a great job, and let's go with this stock tomorrow, see what it do. Mr. Lloyd, I want to give a shout out to you, sir. Go ahead and start taking those profits. Talk to y'all later. Please.
Appreciate it. That's K. Harvey, ladies and gentlemen. Regular caller here to the show. Always got that good information to spit, man. And, you know, look, gold it took a beating, man. It took a beating. We had that one caller said he used to sell that stuff. It was probably a lot more expensive than it was now. And we get it. It's been beaten up. We completely understand it's been beaten up. But, you know, we got a lot of young guys here. I don't see why this you know, gold, I'm looking at what, 1351 today. I don't see why we can't see 1600 gold. Okay? And I'm just looking in terms of what's going on out there in the world right now. You know, we've got Scotland talking about they don't want to be part of Britain anymore. They're fighting for independence. They've said it. You can Google it. Okay? Scotland wants independence. That's I mean, this is a fight that they've been fighting for hundreds of years. Right? They did Mel Gibson did a movie on it. Was it Braveheart, I think? No, it was not Braveheart. What was it called? I forgot the name of it. But based on this guy for Scotland who was fighting for independence. So this is a huge. We've got the Netherlands now talking about they want out of the EU. We've got Germany in a situation now where they're rioting with all the people that they brought in from Syria, Iraq, Iran, all these people who have gone into Germany. And now you got Germans saying, you know what, we're enough of this. We want a new government. They're saying they've had enough. That's a lot of, you know, that's a lot of problem. That's a lot of chaos. And that's not good for the currency markets. And whatever's been bad for the currency markets has been good for commodities. So I think in the short term, because I can't see the future, but in the short term, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to take these profits that's coming up right now. But I would be foolish to tell you that you know you're not going to make no money in stocks, or you're not going to. I'll be foolish to say that in stocks that are, you know, clothing stores or, you know, supermarkets, whatever. Yeah, those are always going to go up and down, of course. But the easy money right now is in these resource-based stocks, because if you've been looking, and again, we've done these episodes. You check the biggest gainers day after day after day. You know, look at the companies that are showing up. They're the resource-based stocks. These small companies that are benefiting from these sudden rise in these commodities. Because we know for these small cap stocks, any just, you know, 5%, 10% rise in the prices of these commodities, it goes straight to their bottom line. It changes their whole perspective of their business. Changes their whole perspective of their business. You know, we're in a situation like the stock I'm promoting tomorrow, SZSMF. You read their 10K, and they're talking about how they're trying to survive. They're doing the best they can at the time for $10 an ounce silver. $10 an ounce silver. So now we're at $20 an ounce. The situation has completely changed. Now they don't have to go out and borrow money on the interest rates they had to get when the commodity was $10. Okay? And we can take advantage of that right now by getting ourselves in these stocks when they're cheap. All right? The market really hasn't picked up on it. And you get a situation like you have VGZ. Again, go look at VGZ. Go look at VGZ. Again, this was a 50 cent, 30 cent stock. And look what it's done over 30 days, based only on the price of gold. They didn't get a new CEO. They didn't open a new mine. They didn't get a new loan. The price of gold went up, and their business became more valuable. And if you started a month in VGZ and you selling it tomorrow, it's been a pretty nice return for you. It's been a pretty nice return for you. It's been a really nice return for you. Okay? Damn near 200%. In 30 days. Okay, if you got it at some of the highs. Exactly, Dallas. It's trading at $2, and that was at the height of gold. That was at the height of gold and silver at the time. And you have an opportunity to get in the stock at 34 cents. That's why I knew I had to make videos about it, because I know that if we continue to have the situation we're having out in the world, I already know I'm going to look back and everybody's going to say, man, you called it. You called it. You was right on top of it. Man, you was right on top of it. So no matter what happens, I'm always going to keep some money in this stock. As long as the price of gold and silver keeps going up, all that chaos in Europe keeps happening, I'm going to keep some money in it. Because it's a small business and I know how resources affect small companies. When do you recommend holding shares for that long? When you're in a situation like this, when you have a business that is affected by, a commodity price, and that commodity price is rising. This is the perfect situation to hold on to the stock. Their business is silver. They have, also gold. They have some little bit of gold and a couple of other mines. They have 3 mines. 2 of that are online. They're prospecting 1. Okay, they're prospecting 1. So this is a situation where you hold on to it. As the price of their business goes up in value, the stock is going to respond. And again, don't listen to me. Look at the charts that have been going on with other companies. Again, VGZ. I typed in that twice there. VGZ. Okay, go look at that stock. Let me pull up another one because I keep talking to that. You guys think it's just one. Let me see here. All right, BTG. Look at that. Look at that play. B2 Gold Corp. BTG. Go look at that. Mag Silver Corp. Let's see what they've been doing. What's Mag Silver? MVG. Let me see. I think this is MVG. Okay, whatever. It's not pulling up for me. Let me see. Am I typing it right? MVG. Yeah. Go to MVG. Look at that. MVG. Is it MVG? What have they done in the? Yeah, that's been pretty. Well, that's an expensive stock. Okay, that's not really a penny stock. Let me look for a penny stock. Oh, that's really taken off. Northern Dynasty Minerals. What's that? NAK. Okay. And look at this chart. Ugly chart. Looks a little bit like what we're doing, but that one's slowly moving up. Okay. From 28 to 33. Not as fast as I would want it to, but it looks like there's a turnaround situation happening with NAK. Let me look at a more exploration and royalty. And that's more resource based. AUMN. Golden Minerals. AU. Here. AN. Okay, yeah, that was a situation. Yeah, AUMN. Somebody talked about that in the chat room. AUMN last week. That dip was scary. That dip that one day was pretty scary, but it regained all its highs on Friday. Regained all its highs. That chart took off. ABMC, what is that? ABMC. What is ABMC? What is this? Looks practically dead. What's going on there? I don't think that's a resource-based company. But I mean, you guys get the gist. And if you don't believe it, just sit back and watch. Again, I've always told people you don't have to do it. You don't have to play my plays. Just sit back and watch. But just don't be mad when everybody get money and you ain't. But again, I'll always have another one. I'll always have another one. There'll always be another one. Don't worry. Yeah, Lloyd. I mean, we talked Gale. We talked Gale. I mean, again, Gale is one of those stocks where, look, it's got. Let me see here. We talked Gale. I mean, 61 cents. Is it going to keep going up? Yeah, I mean, that was a huge drop. It should keep going up. That was a huge drop. Some people say it was an unnecessary drop. I don't. But again, you got to remember it lost its most, its number one product was worthless, Mr. Lloyd. Its number one product was worthless. It went from $2 to 40 cents. Lost $1.60 in value. Can you imagine if you were long that stock and you woke up the next day and saw that? We had a guy call up and said that he lost $1,700 on that stock. You remember that? He called up and said, man, I lost $1,700 on this stock. AG, you said you missed out on AG? Yeah. Majestic Silver. Yeah, that's one of the biggest silver companies in the world. First Majestic. AG is one of the biggest silver companies in the world. If not, I believe the biggest. That's a beautiful run. Look at the and it's based entirely on the price of silver. They didn't buy no new mine. Again, they didn't get a new CEO. They didn't get a tender offering. Nobody's buying the company. It's the price of the asset, the price of their business. So when I look at the stock that I'm promoting tomorrow, and I look at the chart, SCSMF, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at, okay, something that's not going. It's not right here. We're up 4 pennies. Okay, we're up 4 pennies. It's a good company, great management, excellent revenues, growing yield, borderline profitability, great management, young, hungry management. Okay. I think there's a turnaround situation here. And I want to be a part of that. I'm not trying to wait till the stock goes to 44 cents. I want that 10 cents. Some people say, "Oh, I think you're a little early." I don't think I'm early. And I think tomorrow you guys will find out. So we'll see. We'll see. I think so, Ryan. I honestly believe so. Again, when I say that commodities are the big thing right now, I'm not saying you can't make money with anything else. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Sprint. You guys know that. I'm a big fan of Loan, ticker symbol LOAN. I'm a huge fan of financials. Okay? I called Loan at 480. Look where it's at now. I think we're testing 6 now. We're about to test 6 in Loan. Okay, that's a company with a lot of cash. That's quietly making a lot of money. Biffle, you're talking to MGN? What's going on with MGN? Mines Management. You say, there you go. Great. That's a nice little stock there. That's a nice little stock. Consistent, nice, consistent winners, man. You're not waking up the next day and you're down 30%. You're not waking up the next day and you're, look what happened to Gale. Great for everybody who's buying now, but there's some longs in that. I'm saying, show me a company that I can put some money in and I can come back, I can go on a trip, okay? I can go to my for those of you, your 9-to-5 job, your whatever, you ain't watching the stock every damn 5 minutes. You had a guy just type MGN, that's one of them. VGZ, that was one of them. Is it going to keep going up? I don't know. We had, what's his name, K. Harvey, AG, that's one of them. Travi, TGD, that's one of them. I don't want to see a stock where I got to guess if it's going to be up tomorrow or guess if it's going to be up next week. I want easy money. I want easy money. I don't want hard. I don't want difficult. I don't want to have to brainstorm or anything. I want to be able to look and say, that makes sense, this makes sense, that makes sense. Okay, I'm investing. And I don't see anywhere in the chart where there's an issue where I'm going to lose and wake up, and again, my account is down 30% because somebody didn't deliver on something. Somebody said no to this. Oh, unfortunately, we had that patient die in this experiment. Unfortunately, this drug didn't meet, the qualifications. But I don't want to have to worry about that. Because some of you are at work, you're out with your family, your friend. You ain't got time to be watching it like that. I want easy money. And I think my stock is easy money. The volume hasn't showed up yet. The price of silver hasn't really been shown. The gains from the price of silver haven't been shown in the stock. Okay? And I've always said, people, do your research. Don't just believe everything I say. Do your research. Go look at what the stock was trading at when silver was $40. When silver was 30. When silver was 25. Go look back. Okay? And again, sometimes what a stock needs is attention. They got 8,000 companies out there. I'm not including the NYSE, and I'm pretty much talking about penny stocks. All right? OTC itself is 8,000 alone. I'm talking about NASDAQ under $10 is like 8,000 companies in itself. Something like that. I might be off. It's over 1,000. Okay. And that company being a four symbol ticker, not a lot of people look at that. So we putting this on the map. We putting this on the map tomorrow. And if again we show up big tomorrow, the stock is on the map now. It's on the map now. Again, the stock moved 6% on 32 grand. On 100,000 shares. We're going to be 10 times that tomorrow. I hope to bring in over $1 million in volume tomorrow. That's the plan. That's the plan. So we'll see. KB, you're bringing in WRN. What's going on with WRN? Western Gold and Copper Corp. What was that big drop about? That might be a good dip buy though on WRN. Had that big drop there at the end of the day, but that might be a good dip buy. Western Copper and Gold. WRN was. But yeah, Mr. Lloyd, going back to Gale again for a little bit. Actually, no, it's up. It's at 90 cents right now. WRN is at 90 cents. Shout out to KB for WRN. I like that. I like that chart. WRN. Shout out to everybody who's been putting up some really good tickers today. I really appreciate that. Really good tickers. Really, really good tickers. Some money-making tickers right now. But yeah, Gale, I don't want to get off this, too far, but Gale's going to be up. Gale's going to be up. Still a good company, still got great management. From what I saw when I looked into the fact that they're trial failed or was stopped. It didn't fail. It was stopped. It was stopped. They said, you know, this is horrible. Don't even finish. This is over now. You can go to their website and read what that organization that stopped and read. It was like a 3-page line. It was like a not 3-page. It was like a 3-sentence line. In fact, when you go on Twitter and you look up the symbol $Gale, somebody posted it up. It's like a little 3-sentence line. It just says, you know, we have concluded blah blah blah. You must terminate blah blah blah. And then the stock crashed just like that. Stock crashed just like that. Okay. I wanted to have the guy from miningwealth.com, the guy who wrote the Seeking Alpha article. I wanted to have him on the show, but he hasn't responded. He hasn't responded. There was another guy. Some of you guys might remember. What's his name? Takeo de Silva. Takeo de Silva. If you guys don't remember, Takeo de Silva, he had a really popular blog, and all he filed was mining stocks. Takeo de Silva. You can Google some of his old stuff. And this guy was, you know, young guy. He's a young guy. I think Takeo might be like 32, maybe 31. And he ended up going to work for Sprout Global. But I like this blog. I don't know why he didn't. That's the thing. It's like when you independent, stay independent. If you're really good and you're independent, stay independent. Now he went to go work for Sprout Global, and I'm sure he's doing good work, but he's not as visible as he used to be when he was doing his own thing at his own blog. I'm hoping to have him on the show this week. So Takeo, if you're watching, I sent you the email. I don't know if you're trying to check me out or not to see if I'm legit or not, but I want you on the show, brother. Come on the show, talk about what this rise in commodities mean. So, and I also want the guy from miningwealth.com on the show. I think some people are hesitant to, because I emailed them and I was like, come on, man, let's, you know, come on here, let's talk. You know, I think some people are a little, you know, they ain't really, what does this brother want from me, you know? Kind of a little hesitant on that aspect. And I get it, it's different, you know, it's a little different. I know you don't get interviewed by people who look like me talking about money. I get it. I get it. Okay? But give a brother an inch of trust and let him earn the rest. How about that? Okay? Yeah, but I mean that's expected, KB. That's expected. Again, that's expected as a man of color. So you gotta, you know, prove yourself and then you're taken seriously. Whereas a lot of people are taken seriously before they've proven themselves if you cut from a different cloth. All right, so let's see what else is out here today. Let me see here, any new news. I'm looking at any new news here. And I don't know if anybody here reads The Motley Fool, but they're promoters too. They're promoters too. I don't trust The Motley Fool. They're promoters too. 312.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on with you? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm outside.
All right, man. Guys playing games. Anyway, investors are basically screwing at this point. So any let me see any new news here. Okay, a little slow day at Yahoo News. It's like they're putting up a lot of bullshit. Let's go to CNBC. What's up there? And what's up with KG signing up with Golden State? Come on, man. You a great player. Great players make teams. You don't join a great team if you're a great player. That reminds me like a couple years ago when Chad Johnson went to the Patriots. That was retarded. That was retarded. You know, great players make teams. And I understand it, man. I know Kansas City is, I mean, God, where was he playing in again? Kansas, what's the team he was at? I forgot. But I know playing over there wasn't the most exciting. You know? I know playing over there wasn't the most exciting. But to see him going to Golden State, I'm like, ugh. Oklahoma, yeah, I know playing basketball in Oklahoma must not be the fun, most fun. Probably not much to do out there, you know what I'm saying? Young black man, you know what I'm saying, got a lot of money. Not much to do, not much to see. I get it. But that wasn't a good look. That was not a good look, man. And I think he's not going to be there for long. I give him 2 seasons. I don't even know how long the deal was for. I don't even know how long the deal was for. I hope it wasn't for too long because I would hate to see him there for too long. I would really hate to see him there for too long. 678.
Yes. Hi, Sal. How are you today?
Doing good, ma'am. How are you?
Good. This is Jackie again from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello, Jackie.
Hi. Look, this is Sal. I work for a carrier, right?
Okay.
And we have a lot of packages coming through this carrier.
Okay.
So I looked at thing. It's called Evine. They are another shopping like QVC and HSN.
Okay.
And there is EVLV. What do you think about them?
EVLV.
Yes.
EVLV.
LV. Yeah, they're another QVC and HSN.
Okay.
Network.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, pretty nice for the last couple of days. I mean, since Monday,
Yeah,
you're
I
up already
know.
20 cents a share. Now, you got some money in this?
I do.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I can tell by the way you're talking about it. Okay, I can tell. All right, yeah, I mean, you were up 7% on Friday, so that was a nice
Yep.
little return there.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it broke a really good resistance point there of 165, and it did it really strong on Friday. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's very promising. So
Oh.
I would stay in this. I mean, just by what I see on the chart, I would stay in that. It broke a really good resistance point on Friday. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I would definitely stay in this to see where this goes. So it looks like after that, there was resistance at 180. So we'll see if it breaks 180, 183, then, God knows how far it'll go. But yeah, I think so far it looks good. Looks good.
Oh, thank you. And one other thing, too. Let me ask you a question. Like, when you talk about shares, do you, like go for 10 shares at this certain price or 10 or 100 shares at this certain price? Like, it might be 0.005. You would get like 1,000 shares, or would you get like 100 shares? It depends on how your financing.
Well, it depends, of course. Yeah, but I mean, if I'm talking about a 000, like some you're talking about 00010, I try to grab as much at one time because what you want to do with those cheaper companies is that as the stock goes up, you're selling in blocks, right? So
Okay.
you grab as much, and that's in anything. I mean, you're grabbing as much as you can, and as the stock goes up, you sell in blocks, not necessarily all at one time because you're not sure how far up it's going to keep going, but you're selling and you're taking profits as the stock goes up. But yeah, I would never buy 100 or even just 1,000 shares of a very cheap stock. I would want to buy as much as I can and then sell them as the stock continues to rise, hopefully in that direction that we want it to go to.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't understand that part. I didn't understand that sometimes you split it. If it goes higher, you could sell it. Say if you got like 1,000, you'll sell 500 of that.
Right.
That's what
right.
you're saying?
That is correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Because I don't want to necessarily have the whole. Because if let's okay, for example, if I have 100,000 shares, I'm up $1 a share on that. Of course, I want to
Right.
take profits. I want to take maybe cut out 25,000 and collect that. But I don't know
Mm.
how far up because the trend's still in my favor. So I want to make sure I take advantage of all that as well, but not necessarily in the point where I'm risking my entire investment. You know what I'm saying? I've
Mm.
made some profit, I've taken some profit, and I can still make gains on what I have left. So I love, taking profits as the price goes up. That's for me. I don't know about anybody else, but I love
Mhm.
taking profit as the stock, rises in value. Yes, ma'am, for sure.
Thank you, Sal. Now I understand. Thank you very much. Because
Not a
at one
problem.
point I was thinking maybe I need to sell it all in order to make the profit, but then go back and reset and buy it again. I mean that didn't make no sense. So that's why I said I need to ask you that
Right,
question.
right. Yeah, I would take a little profit off the table. Claim some gains. Why not? And if it keeps going up, great. You know what I mean? So, and then you can reassess once you're at the point where you're like, okay, let me see if I can add to my position because I think it's going to keep going further. But at least you can say that knowing that you've made some profit and it's in your account. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And I have one more for you too. My friend was asking me to ask you about Siri. SIRI. I don't know about that one too much.
I mean, Sirius satellite radio. What was it? We're up
Yeah.
20 cents. Um, I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you too much about the company. Look, they're the only satellite radio company out there. But again,
Mhm.
you've got all these apps right now. Of course, you got cars now that are putting in, Wi-Fi in the
Right.
vehicles now. So
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot of competition coming now. And Sirius, again,
I said the same thing. Those. I said, man.
yeah, it's not exciting for me. I don't know where. Again, I just see so much competition coming now. Again, with cars getting Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
they're getting screens in
Mhm.
there. You got people using Pandora, all types of
Exactly.
new
Yeah.
apps. Yeah, you got what's this called? Hyundai trying to do an Android thing they've been talking about. So it's
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, like I don't see where growth is really a place for them long term. So,
Okay.
but the stock has done well. Seems like these last couple days, but again, not really much an interesting story for me. It's not something where I would see opportunity for me right now.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sal. I'll be calling you
No
again. Well,
problem.
thank you very much
Not a
for
problem. Thank you.
explaining the share part about it to me. And you have a great day.
All right, you as well. Have a great night, man.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right, excellent, excellent call from her, and yeah, she's got definitely a winning pick with that first one. EVLV, really nice trend up. Broke support really strong there on Friday. That's really nice. You love to see that when broke resistance, excuse me. That 160, what was that, 165? Yeah, 167 or so, broke that really strong. So we'll see. That might keep going up. That might keep going up. So just stick in there and see where it happens. And they're a new QVC. I would want to look at the books on that too. Uh, whether or not they're growing or not. Coach, are you talking about me? Because my ticker is Free Stock Pick. Free Stock Pick is my Twitter. Yeah. What's going on, Andre? Monster Digital. Yeah, Ryan, I really like WRN too. But no, it's gonna break that 96. It's gonna break that 96. As long again, this continued rise in gold it's gonna break that 96. It's gonna break that 96. I'm not even worried about it. Much respect, cool. Much respect. Much respect, man. Yeah, I had a guy from Argentina and a guy from Korea. Much respect. Korea is one of those places I definitely want to visit. Yeah, I definitely want to visit Korea because I'm in love with that K-pop stuff. It's actually pretty catchy. Can't understand the words, but it's really catchy. Oh, okay, Portugal. Much respect from Portugal. Okay, I'm getting international now. That's what's up. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. I'm really hoping I knock it out the park tomorrow. I think I picked a really great stock. I really lucked out having this Seeking Alpha article come out. I really hope I knock it out the park tomorrow and I make a lot of people a lot of money tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. One moment here, guys, as I attempt to repost my link here for the live show on Twitter. In the room, some more people in the room. Please. Here. All right, so that's gone out. Based on your due diligence? Yes, sir, of course. Of course it's based on my due diligence, but it's also based on your due diligence to decide whether or not you want to jump in or not too. No, I don't follow. Why would I don't jump on hype. I mean, just because somebody else is hype about it, I don't, you know, again, I want to be successful at this. I'm not picking to lose. You feel me? I pick to win because the more you guys win, the more you tell other people about me, and the more successful I become. So I don't want to lose. Jerry, yep, I know Jerry's in Charlotte. Costa, we've already talked about. What do you mean? What again, the underlying asset is growing in value. It's got an excellent situation in terms of the two mines that are profitable. We've got growing situation of gosh, what's the word for it in mining? When they're getting more year after year, it's a word for it, but they're digging more and more silver year after year. We've got earnings coming out next month. Okay, and I think they're going to crush that. They're basically borderline profitability. Okay, it's just a lot going on for the company. Again, do your research on it. Look at the books yourself. Look at the books yourself. And look at that write-up that came on the Seeking Alpha too. Let me post that in the chat room. Look at the write-up. In fact, he's got two write-up. He's got one that came out on Friday and then the one back in March. And look what that article did, the one in March did to the stock. I'm holding long term because I know what it's going to do. What's going on, Spartan Financial? Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Camilson. Yeah, everybody got a tweet. If you buying the stock, everybody got a tweet. Talk about it too. Because I can't reach everybody. I can't reach everybody. Yeah, as long as the price of silver keeps going up, I want to stay involved in the stock. You know, the stock was heavily beat down because they had a situation where one dam had some damage to it, and they couldn't mine at that particular mine. But that was fixed late last year. Now there's a situation where you know, what they're digging out of the ground is becoming more and more profitable, and that's going to go to the bottom line here. Okay. Definitely make sure you read that article. That is correct. That is correct. BGZ is a gold play. SZSMF is a silver play. That is correct. Yeah, we just talked about AUMN. We just talked about that. It's a really good play. Really good play. It was a little bit of a crash there for a second, but it made it all back up on Friday. Yeah, we talked about that's a really good play too. So I mean, I'll be here tomorrow night, so we'll be able to see what I did. And again, I think it was a huge help to get this Seeking Alpha article. And I'm going to be going hard tonight in social media. I'm going to so many damn forums tonight. I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm putting up so many freaking articles. I went to that website Fiverr.com where you can like pay people to write articles and stuff. I got like 3 or 4 guys to write some articles, so I'm going to be posting that everywhere. And bought the Facebook ads. If you've already gone on my Twitter, you've already seen the little post that I got going up to all bunch of tickers. So we're going heavy, so we'll see. 201. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 201, you there? All right, this guy just want to listen. I don't know what was the point of that. Let me get that other article that he wrote back in March, and then you guys can go see what that article in March did to the stock price. Okay, let me see here. He's written about this company quite a number of times. Let me see, he did it April 1st. Actually, I think it was February 1st. This was the second write-up right here. He's actually written about this company quite a number of times. In fact, let me just give you all the articles on this company. So this one that I'm putting right now in the chat room, that's Seeking Alpha. That's all the articles written. And you can see most of them are by Ben Kramer Miller. Again, for those of you who don't know, Ben Kramer Miller is one of the top writers in the mining sector. Okay, he owns miningwealth.com, which is a website specifically dedicated to hard commodities, the hard metals. Okay. So you wrote up about the stock on Friday. Excellent, excellent play. So if you guys got $100, got $200, put it in there. See what it can do. See what it can do. Help a brother out. Okay. What else here? Okay, I'm Sprint didn't do anything on Friday, but I continue to expect Sprint to keep going. You guys know I've been a big cheerleader for Sprint. MUX is another mining company. Not necessarily mining. I think they drill for. It's not a commodity play as much as it's just a great company. MUX, that chart is just beautiful. I mean, like every other day they're up like 5%. It's incredible what MUX has been doing. CETX, they're doing their thing. They scared me for a second, but they're back at it. Somebody asked me how many stocks at a time. Typically 3. That might even be too much. I like to be 2 at a time. I like to be 2 at a time. Because I'm in it typically anywhere between 7 to 21 days. Okay. Yeah, man, silver and gold is. I'm taking advantage of that. Yeah, we talked about Gale. Yeah, he's funny. Look at that. He's trying to be funny. Yields. Yeah, sorry about. Yeah, thank you, Louis, for that. Yields, increasing yields year on year. Year on year, increasing yields at Santa Cruz Mining. That's a great story, man. The CEO there too. Great story. Guy started his first mine when he was like 26. I mean, how do you start a mine when you're 26? You just decide I'm going to start a mine. Got some guys together who were, disenchanted with their jobs at other mines to come work for them. And, you know, he went on a little tour talking about the company. So if you look up a lot of the videos on YouTube, they're from like 2013, 2014 when they were really like ramping up. Trade King, man, that's Tim Sykes' job. He teaches people how to trade. Okay, I do not teach people how to trade. We talking about ideas, trading ideas. That's what I do. I want trading that's the thing. Everybody wants to teach you how to trade. Nobody wants to give you any ideas on what to trade. That's frustrating as hell. Once you learn how to trade, you'll get to that point. Your problem is that you're learning how to trade. You can go to Tim Sykes to learn how to trade. I gave you the link to the videos. I do not teach people. I don't have a single video teaching people how to trade. But everybody thinks I teach people how to trade. I'll give you tips here and there, but this show is about ideas. You bring them, I give them, and then you guys are adult enough to decide whether or not you want to follow through or, do your own thing. This is about just putting some ideas out there. Those guys are so quick to tell you, hey, I made 10,000 on this. Okay, but why you didn't let me know that was going to be the pick, though? That's what I get frustrated at. Don't put it on my face after you made 5,000, 6,000 for it. You could have told me you was looking at it. You know what I'm saying? You could have let me in on it. That's why I started this video, because nobody wants to hear that stuff after the fact. Trade King, take a risk, man, and just download it. Just take a risk and download it. I mean, it's not going to kill you, brother. You've never downloaded anything online before? You don't have to, it's okay. The guy saying he can't download it because he doesn't have a virtual private network. Man, you ain't got no money that they want to take, man. Not being insulting. I'm just being real. Yeah, Dave Thomas. Yeah. It was up there, man. It was up there. And they weren't half as big as they are now. They weren't half as big as they were now. So it seems like a lot of people in the chat room are excited about Gale. Look, Gale is a good company. Good company, and I think if you put some money in Gale, you're going to get some returns. As long as, again, as people believe that it lost too much on the first drop. Where are we at, 61 cents? I don't doubt that it'll touch 80. But you had some resistance at, let me see here. Okay, a little bit of resistance at, what is that, 70? What's that here? Got a little bit of resistance at 66. So tomorrow's a very important day for Gale. If Gale can break through 66, then why not? So 66 is a very important day, very important price for Gale. Very important price for Gale tomorrow. Yeah. Go ahead and look it over, man. I'm not telling anybody to hold a gun to anybody's head. Some people just watch my videos. Some people play the plays, whatever you want to do. IMNP, 41 cents. I don't know what the story is here. What's the situation here? Is it a situation where they're getting bought out? They got a trial going on? RGOW. Damn firecrackers out here. A little slow. Okay, okay. Appreciate it. Jerry, you say you smell an agent. Don't worry, my block trigger is very strong. Blocka, blocka, blocka. The guy emailed me on Friday. Tell me, man, I'm blocked in your chat room, man. I was like, why'd I block you? He's like, man, I was dumb and I called you the N-word. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not unblocking you now. Definitely not unblocking you now. All right, so let's see here. Uh, they got some yeah, Jerry, I had to be, come on, man. Always had a passion for it, but I never really had a method. I've told this. I'm not gonna go too far into it too much, but I would have been a finance major if there wasn't so much math. To really push people away from going into finance, which is crazy because there's not even that much. You're not doing math by hand in finance. They give you so many damn calculators. But the fact that you had to take like statistics and macroeconomics, and it wasn't like regular macroeconomic. I mean, it's like drawing the things and everything. It's like, come on, man, they're not even doing this right now. And that's all to keep certain people away from the science. But so I went into some other fields. But I've always had a passion for finance. Always had a passion for finance. I just didn't have I didn't know how I could do it without having the credentials. And when I found out about Tim Sykes, and he's saying, I went to his website and he's talking about you can do it from home and all this stuff and penny stocks, which I knew they were dirt cheap stocks, but I never really thought about trading those particular stocks. Like, yeah, you can trade those. Got into that. I followed the promoters, and then I'd always loved selling. I've always loved marketing. I was like, man, I could do better than what they're doing. They just sending out emails. It's so touchless. It's so, they don't even answer your emails. You don't even know their names. I'm like, let me put my spin on this. So I love the investor relations side of it. So I get to mess with the business, get to talk to traders. Yeah, I went to college, man. Got the degree and everything. Working on an MBA right now. Online classes are kind of like different, man. You got to actually have a passion to sit down and do it. I'm thinking maybe I might want to go back into the classroom, but I still want to trade, and I ain't got time for that. I got to figure out how I'm gonna get a master's finish because I got already some credits I got to finish. No, no, but there's certain people who, for myself, but there's certain people to get into those spaces, they want you to be certified like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to have an MBA or and it ain't got to even be from a stupid or from a really good school just to have one. Even though many of them at the top don't have it, but because of who I am, they want you to have it. You know what I'm saying? Becky, you got an MBA? Will call me as my resume was in some club's database. Oh, okay, that's what's up, Techie. And just for my personal knowledge, you know what I mean? There's my personal knowledge, I would want to have an MBA. Personal satisfaction. And if the government's gonna pay for it, why not? You know, I had a buddy who left the Navy recently. He was in the Navy with me. He just got out. I thought he was gonna do his whole 20 years. I did my 4. I was like, man, this is enough. I'm going to school. But anyway, he just got out. This dude's getting like $4,000 refund checks. I'm like, I know they giving out money, but damn. What scan criteria do I use for Finviz? Linux, I use stocks with caps under 250 million, particularly under 10, and I also use sector criteria if I'm looking for a particular sector. Sometimes I use PE, most times I don't. Most times I don't. Yeah, Finviz is a really great one. But Finviz, you gotta have the you gotta pay for the ones where it includes OTCBB. I don't know if they still have a trial but run, but I know you gotta pay for the one that includes OTCBB. Yeah, the thing about it is like he's getting the GI Bill plus he's getting a refund check. The thing about it is like when you go to do your undergrad, these schools are giving people the GI Bill, and then if you're poor enough, you're still getting regular government financial aid. So the GI Bill is paying for the tuition. So when the financial aid hits the check, it's just going straight into their pockets. Boom, just like that. Just like that. So some of these guys are walking away with 4, 5, 6, 7 grand just for going to school. And ain't nothing wrong with that. They serving our country, so I ain't mad at them. Ain't mad at yeah. Yeah. Not mad at them at all. Oh, okay. I'll definitely check it out. Okay, you serving so you serving out there in Korea? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Thank you for serving our country, man. Army, 14 years. Whew, God. Whew, I thought 4 was long, man. I was trying to get up out of there, and I thought 4 was long. I thought 4 was long. I thought 4 was long. Oh, I ended up E4. I ended up E4. I made E4, and I was out. I made E4, but I was a purple shirt. They call it Aviation Boatswain's Mate Fueler, ABF. We were the guys who fuel the jets on the USS Harry Ass Truman. That's what we used to call it, the Harry Ass Truman. Oh, that's what's up, man. I thought about the Marines, man. I thought about the Marines for a minute, but I was like, man, that might be too. Hey, Tucky, you probably heard me say that already. You just happened to put ABF there. It's so crazy because I actually went in as a yeoman, but I didn't know how cake the job was, and it sounded funny, so I turned it down. And then when I actually got to the ship and realized yeomen don't do anything but, paperwork, I was pissed off. I gave it away. And I was even mad at my recruiter for watching me give away the rate. Oh, submarine. Okay, submarine. Okay, my bad. Submarine. Okay, that's what's up, Mr. Lloyd. Oh, okay, that's what's up, Techie. Oh, you said you were a Hebrew slave yeoman. They work them to death, but on the submarines, I heard that. But it's a cake job on the you know, it's a cake job on the ships. It's a cake job on the ship. Man, I got out of there so quick. I didn't even say bye to my captain or nothing. I just woof. I was at the airport in like 30 minutes. I got the hell up out of there. And I always will miss the people. The people make the Navy. The people make the Navy, but the Navy itself is just it's fun. The people make it fun. But just the rules and stuff. And plus, my face was always cut up because they always made you shave, and they would make me use the razors, and my face would just bump the hell up, and just and then my captain was a PT Nazi, man. This guy would PT from he would have us there at 5. We had to report there at 5, and we did not stop training until 7:30. It was ridiculous, and then we muster at 8. This guy was a PT Nazi. Ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, I was in the best shape of my life when I left, but he was a PT Nazi, man. Yeah, that's why I used to love it when we were out to sea, because we never had the PT. And I always worked nights. I loved working nights. Slow, it's nice and cool outside, on deck, nice and cool. Everybody's asleep. I used to love working nights. Okay. So what else? I'm over here talking to you guys, but I'm posting ads everywhere. So sorry for all the clicks. No, we don't PT on the ship. No, we don't PT on the ship. That's why I used to love when we were out to sea, because we didn't PT. Having us come in on Saturdays and stuff. I'm like, man, are you kidding me? No, we don't PT on the ship. No. Yeah, it did. It did. I don't get it. I don't, I don't know. Me being I don't know. It's because of my rate. It really didn't help me coming out of school. I mean, coming out of the Navy itself. But once I went to school and got my degree, things kind of changed around. Then I could say I was a veteran and I had my degree. But just coming out E4, being a ABF, that didn't help. Unless I had wanted to go and do some, skilled labor type work, I think that would have helped then. Right? Yeah, if I wanted to be like if I came out and try to do like a police officer, or I had an opportunity to do some welding first, I'm not into like that type of stuff, but those opportunities are always there. Oh yeah, man, I've been to Africa many times. I've been to Africa many, many times. Yeah, definitely go, man. Get yourself $1,500 and get up out there. And that's just one way, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to get another 1,500 to come back. But once you're there, everything else is cheap as hell. The good hotels are like $50 a night for a good, decent one. You ain't got to go to the top of the line. In fact, if you're going to anywhere in the third world or Middle East or anything, I would actually tell you not to go to the top of the line hotels right now. I would go to one of them seedy, not seedy, but ones that are kind of away from all the hustle and bustle. The way the situation. Oh well, Ghana, yeah, Ghana's cool. Dominican Republic. Best vacation I ever took was Dominican Republic. Republic. I had a guy that I served with. We had the opportunity to go, and went there, hung out with his family for a day or two. But after that, we went out, went to all the different little cities. I mean, I got to go there, and I saw people dark as me over there in the Dominican Republic. We went to the capital. Gosh, all the names just escape me. All I know is we went to the capital, and then we were all over these other little places around there. Yeah, we went all over the place over there. We were everywhere. I was just basically following my man because he was going home to visit family and stuff. I just was riding along. Yeah, some of them were probably Haitians. Spoke Spanish just like somebody who was born in the DR. Oh, Jerry, yeah, Africa is safe. Africa is safe. I was talking about the Middle East and stuff. Africa is very safe, man. Ain't nothing going on down there. Yeah, I'm all day at stocks, man. Friday we did a 5-hour show just looking at charts all day. I mean, look at most stock DVDs. You gotta love this stuff, man. Most of them are 8 hours. That's like a minimum. If you see a stock market DVD and it's less than 3 hours long, you gotta be suspicious. 4 hours or higher, that's like the standard. That's like the standard. So if you're not willing to really study charts that long and to research, read, then you don't really love this. You don't really love this. And I can tell you right now, if you can't watch a 4-hour DVD, or you can't stand, it's not gonna work. Yeah, yeah. I love the Caribbean. I really want to buy a house. I would love to buy a house in DR. I think it's a great investment. I think people sleep on DR a lot, especially DR real estate. I think a lot of people sleep on the Dominican Republic. Cool cats. We got a torrent that we give out. We got a torrent that we give out. Let me get that for you. And it's got 600 books. And it stock. market. Let me get it for you guys. Stock market books. And if you got a little tablet or something like that, here you can definitely read them on there. Yeah, it's called the Stock Market Traders ebook collection. I'm gonna put the link in there. Yeah, so I just put the link up there. Yeah, there are like 600 books in there. There are like 600 books in there. You're not gonna read them all, of course, but start one. They're you know. And then there's another torrent. This one, I think, might actually have a little bit more. That one's called the Stock Market and Option Trading ebook collection. There are tons of books on trading on both of these. Just don't get in the habit of starting one book and stopping and going into, make sure you start one and then try and finish it up. I got into that bad habit while I was starting a whole bunch of books. I had to discipline myself and start one at a time. Hey, what's going on, Carlos? I almost said good morning. Yeah, we talked about drives. We're going to be looking at Cuban. We're going to be looking at Cuban this week, see what it does. What did it do Friday? Let me see here. OT, what did it do Friday? Okay, so it was down pretty tough on Friday, 7%. Barely any volume though. I mean, 7% on what is that? That's not even any volume. Yeah, we're gonna make OTCs were pretty much dead Friday. 210.
Hello, this is an.
All right, man. Playing games. I just cut people off quicker. I'm not even gonna let them avoid that. I'm just gonna cut you off real quick. All right. So what else? You said dries. Yeah, we talked about dries. Mr. Lloyd brought up dries. I think dries will be really good. That's a good play. I think dries is a good play. I think dries could be a takeover situation, man. I think if you took some time to look at the bigger competitors, if you take a look at the bigger competitors, somebody who might be an interest in buying them out, maybe they can take care of that debt that they're under. Yeah, it's a temporary. Yeah, it's a good temporary play. Nah, man, not that bad. I did a search on it. It didn't come up with nothing. That's what some people in the comments are saying, but there's nothing in there. I think there's nothing in there. I did my search on my own little thing. Nothing in there. That's why if you notice, look at all the dates on it. They're all old as hell, but it's been still on the site. There's nothing on there. Stock to trade. I don't like stock to trade. Just because you guys know of a company called VectorVest. VectorVest, the company that says it will tell you when to buy and when to sell. They've been around damn near almost 20 years now. $13-day EMA. You can call them up, Techie. I mean, call up E-Trade and ask. All those guys they'll do all that for you. Yeah, if you got a question about the platform, call up E-Trade. They'll do it. They're excellent for that. How do I add this indicator? How do I add that indicator? Where is this at? Yeah, that VectorVest is. Some people swear by it, but I don't even want to start to get to a point where I got to depend on the software to trade. I don't even want to get my mind in that mindset where I need a software to to show me how to do something. But they're saying that, you know, some people are getting some wins by it. That's great. Yeah. When somebody talks about the virus, it says the same thing in the Tim Sykes stuff where, oh, these videos have a virus or something like that. Ain't no virus in the videos. Yeah, that Foods Forward 2 DVD is pretty nice though. Nah, I've never used Thinkorswim before. Never used Thinkorswim before. Oh, for the Sykes stuff? Yeah, let me find that. What's up, Ramses? And he's got the level 2 video. Got the level 2 video too, but it's not part of this one. Got the level 2 video. And again, some people, they, you know, I get some emails from guys saying, I paid $1,000 for that video. I don't appreciate you and your chat room giving that away on the torrent sites. I was like, okay, well, lower the price and we'll go and buy it. We'll buy it like everyone else. But if the people in my chat room don't have $500 for the DVD, I'm not going to just tell them, hey, you're shit out of luck. You know. Again, don't hate me. Hate Pirate Bay. And then the link I just posted right now, that's the level 2 DVD. That's the DVD for learn how to use level 2. A lot of people don't have that DVD. That's a really good one too. Yeah, that's Cameron Foose and his series. If you go on YouTube, type in Cameron Foose. Cameron Foose. He's a really good trader too. Him and Tim Sykes fell out because he didn't like the fact that Tim was taking so much of his money on the newsletters and stuff. But he used to be on there, a little Profitly Tip. Shout out to all my new subscribers on YouTube. Appreciate it. Almost at 10,000 now. Let's keep pushing that up. You trade with paper money before real money? To be honest with you, I didn't. Just because I didn't really understand how trading with paper money would help. At the time. Yeah, level 2 is it's an art in itself. That's why I said I got that DVD. I posted the DVD link to that learn level 2. Algorithm trading stuff? No, there's no algorithm trading at all in penny stocks. What algorithm? There's no algorithm at all to this stuff, man. It's all speculation. Yeah, paper trading works for a lot of people. Yeah, I go hard, man. Look, I love it. My business is my business. I don't care if it's the 4th or not. You know, this is my business. I love my business. I'm growing my business, you know. You guys are my customers. I got to deliver my product always on time. Yes, sir. Trying to get to a point where I'll do this probably until I'm like 50. Probably do this until I'm like 50. So you see me somewhere in the airport, gray hair. Ain't no small cap millionaire bit. I don't do that no more. Catch my old stuff on YouTube. How can we trade with you live on a daily basis? I don't trade live on a daily basis, sir. No, I'll never charge. That's why I hate people who charge to teach stuff. If you getting money, teach it then. Show me how to do it. If you getting money, that's my thing. I get money, so I don't need to charge people for anything. My promoting, my trading on my own. You know, I got some other marketing things I do. I get money from what I do, so I don't need to charge. For what? And I only think when you charge people something, you give them you give them power over you because now they're your customers. They decide what you do, what you can't do. You know. And I left for full-time jobs to get out of that situation where somebody had power over me. On my own trading, it's a little bit over 60% on my own trading. A little bit over 60%. And that's because I'm a trend trader, James. I don't like to trade by the day like that. I like trends. I like easy. I've said that several times. I'm looking for trends that I can follow, trends that have already sometimes started, you know, that I can verify through a 20-day chart, a 15-day chart, a 10-day chart, and a 3-day chart. And all times they verify the trend. And all I do is jump in to ride it out until there's a change. Yes, Techie, you can cancel it. I believe if you go to within the management portal, in the profile section, I think you can cancel it from there. Oh, Zero, you're going to have to Google it if you don't know what trend trading is, man. That's a whole hour in itself talking, but that basically you're just following. No, I'm not going into my motto. Hell no, I'm not going into that. Not going into that. What's my longest hold? I've been holding DTE Energy now for 2 years. That's one of the stocks that you know I use for my retirement. I want for my retirement and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not going into Elma Suds right now because I'm a promoter. I'm not a trader. I mean, I promote stocks. I'm a marketing guy. I don't trade live. I'm not a trader. I don't do that. There are other guys who trade live. You know, you're more than happy to do them for a cost. For a cost. And this is so funny because people, they want them to trade live, and you know, many of the times they'll post up the live trades that they won at. They don't post up the live trades that they lose, but they took your money, so they don't mind that they lose. Yeah, Lloyd, we're not going into that, man. We're not going into that. Point and finger charts? I don't understand what you mean by point and finger charts. The point and finger charts? I don't understand. Yeah, Alma Suds was my. Yeah, it's a whole. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go into all that. Oh no, it's there's no offense to, taken, Stephen. It's just that I don't ever want people to get confused about what I do and what I am. I mean, again, I'm not Tim Sykes. I'm not Tim Grittani. Those guys are paid by you to teach you how to trade. That is not my job. I'm not paid by anybody to teach anybody how to do anything. My job is to create, um, you know, what's basically the word? My job is really just trying to create. I have an expertise, okay, focused on creating, investor awareness programs. Okay, that's my job. I use my marketing to do that for small companies that trade on, pink sheets, OTCBB, and even Nasdaq too. I'm trying to get into some Nasdaq, plays. There are people who just play pumps. A lot of people think that everybody just wants to trade. There are guys who just play pumps because they got the kind of money where they do that. They just play pumps all day. You know, and they play pumps because, again, if you get behind a good promoter, which I believe that I am, you can make some money if you know how to trade if you know how to trade the pumps. You can make some money. Yeah, cool cat. If they're willing to put up the money, I deal with them. Yeah. Look, let me tell you something. If you got 15 racks and you say, hey, look, I'm a struggling company. I don't have any revenue right now, but we're in a situation here where we need to get people to know about us. We're looking to grow the business. I'm going to take that check and I'm going to help you, get the word out about your business. And it's up to investors to decide whether or not they want to jump in. And some do, some don't. Some people say, nah, I looked at it. No assets, no revenue, not my thing. Thanks a lot, though. But some people say, hey, man, I'll take the risk on it. And a lot of guys have that kind of money. A lot of guys have that kind of money. Yeah, Thinkorswim supposedly has a good paper trading thing. I like howthemarketworks.com. I like howthemarketworks.com. That's a pretty good thing. I think their stuff is delayed by like 15 minutes. Something like that. The TD has one. I don't know if TD is live. I don't know. Is it a live platform? I have to see. Yeah. There you go, James. I'm the highway sign. Exactly. You can listen. You don't have to listen. But I'll always be here. And some people check out my product once in a while. You ain't got to if nothing's happening. And like I said, for me, if you got $200, $300, that's not, go ahead and jump it in one of my promotions. See what what happens. A lot of people are very surprised about some of the returns I generate. And I think a lot of people are going to be, impressed with tomorrow. So I'm hoping that tomorrow is a big day. Friday, the stock generated $32,000 in trading. I'm hoping to 100x. Actually, yeah, I'm hoping to, maybe even 1,000x that tomorrow. And again, if the stock that I'm promoting, which by the way is SZ, let me get the caps on here, SZSMF, okay, is 36%, jump 6% on $32,000 on volume. Okay, imagine $1 million of volume. Okay, if we're up 6% on 32,000, okay, on $32,000 worth of trades, and again, that's not all buys. That's not all buys. So let's just say 20,000 of that was buys. So 20,000 of buys Took the stock up 6%. Imagine what $1 million would do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Appreciate it, LK Rock. No matter what happens, we'll be back. We'll be back. Check out silverprice.org. All right, so silverprice.org. We're at 19, just under $20. People are trading heavy now in the commodities tonight. So Asia's open now. Yeah, Asia's open for trading now. So I'm watching the chart here. There's a live chart on silverprice.org. I've been watching the chart live. The market opened up in Asia, so it's trading now. Market is open in Asia. No dip here, but I'm tripping on it. Yeah, just look, just take your time, LK. Like I said, I've never asked anybody to put all their money in. Like I said, I just got 100, 200, you know. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait to market open. I don't know if Thinkorswim does pre-market. I don't know if they do pre-market buys, so you'd have to look into it. I have to look into it, Brent. I'll be sending out another email because since I released that pick and I've been going hard on the marketing, I've got another 300 people on my mailing list. So I'm going to send out another email tomorrow at 9:30 at the opening of the bell. James, is Post like the ticker name, Post? $704.
Hey, it's Jerry.
What's going on, Jerry?
Hey,
How are you, man?
man, doing great, doing great, doing great. Hey, I got this flyer in the mail,
Okay.
CTBO, and this is just a statement, man. You know how they send these big flyers out with the colors and all the jazzy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
CTBO is like an Alzheimer's. It's a pharmaceutical,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I did some research on it. I went to the SEC, the 10Q,
Yeah.
and what you were stating before, that we definitely need to do our due diligence and stuff
Yeah,
like that when
yeah.
you give us a stock. CTBO, it's they only have $100,000 in cash
Yeah.
and in the bank in hand, and they're pumping it up as far as they want people to buy and stuff like that. See, we have to be careful because I looked at like I said, I'm looking at the 10Q. They did a 10QA, an amendment, saying that they had to redo their original filing,
Right.
because they didn't get an outside independent accounting firm to which is required by the SEC.
Mm.
And I mean, I'm looking at this. They got a market cap of like 26 million, but they only got $100,000 cash on hand.
Right.
So what's your take on it, man?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It
CTBO
sounds
is
like a short.
yeah, it's a scam. I actually made a video on it, and I made it I think last week or something. I got pushed out of the stock. I shorted it, and it hit my trigger, so I got pushed out of
Okay.
that stock. But yeah, man, it is a pump. In fact, if you take the mail address, if you take their address that's on their 10K,
Yeah.
and you Google search it, it comes to a mailbox in California, like one of those mailbox express kind of things. And yeah,
Wow.
it's a scam. It's a pump. It's being led by a professor out there in the UK. He's like a professor of like science or something out there in the UK.
Oh,
Uh,
you did say that. I
yeah,
remember you. I
yeah,
remember you
yeah,
saying that.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
yeah. It's a pump, and I mean, I know some of the guys behind that pump, and like I said, I'm not, I don't want to hurt anybody's money, but it is a scam. So, uh, and my thing too is like it's one of those things where it's gotten almost like crazy now. You know what I'm saying? Like the stock is just going astronomical. And this is actually just a rebound play because if you look a month ago, it actually went higher. It went up to like 360 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, it's just one of those things where like everybody made their money and has got out. The promoter's out. He's long out. So
Yeah.
right now it's just guys who are just kind of playing with it and all that. But CTBO, yeah, it's got the mailers out now, and I guess this just their second win, so we'll see how far it goes.
Right. So, like I said, I was just letting everybody know when you guys get these mailers, because as far as like the new people, they're gonna send you mailers. Make sure you definitely do your due diligence and make sure you start reading those 10Qs and the 10Ks and stuff like that. And read. It's not gonna take long to read. Just read what the companies they're really telling you. And you definitely be successful, and especially with Sal telling you, and giving us ideals and stuff like that. So, that's all I got to say. Thanks, man.
All right, appreciate it, Jerry. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, Sal.
Yep. So yeah, man, CTBO, again, some people say, well, how can you say that when you do the same thing? Well, I don't do illegitimate companies like that. This is a company that was made to sell shares. That is built from the ground to sell shares. When you don't have a corporate office, when you don't have, look on the company's 10K. They don't have a corporate office. They don't own, they don't own chairs, tables, desks. There's nothing on the filing for furniture. So there's no legitimate business being done here. Okay? There's no legitimate business being done here. Again, I don't mind a company that's struggling. Okay, we're struggling. Our product is losing money. But I mean, look at the 10K. The 10K looks like a company that's not doing anything. This company is built to sell shares. It is built to sell shares. When I look at the 10K, 26 million shares issued and outstanding as of December 31st, 2015. $2,300 worth of research and development. This is a pharmaceutical company, and they've done $2,300 of research and development. $2,300. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, and the SEC is going to keep getting harder and harder on them as their stock price going up because they don't have anything to show for this increasing prices and these increasing prices in its share price. And again, they've already been to $3-4. Yeah, I mean it's in the 10K. That came out in March. $2,300. I was talking to this company, IMUC. That's another pharmaceutical company, dirt cheap. But, they're doing the complete opposite. $30-something million in research. Like, look, we're struggling right now, but we've got a great product. We're running trials. We would just really love if, our stock price could grab some, some traction. You know, I was like, yeah, I'll take a look at it and see what we can do. You know? But CTBO, it's a complete scam, man. It's a scam. And again, the stock has already crashed once. So again, when you look at these ticker CTBO, it's already crashed one time. It'll crash again. And again, I did a complete video calling this, in fact, I called it stock to short. I called it stock to short, but I got pushed out the stock, so I called it maybe a little bit too early, but we'll see. It'll be down. I did the same thing, ironically, for FPVD, which was another pump that was being ran out of some guy's basement. It was a like $60 million company, and the guy was talking about how he wanted to. It was for like cameras on cops stuff. It was a cheap ass camera that he got from China. It didn't have HD. It didn't. I mean, it was horrible. It was just horrible. What's up, Hisham? And yeah, now it's trading for below a penny. But I did that to that stock when it was at maybe $1.45 or so. That was a scam. Yeah, he used on the 10K documents, he used the address to his house. He used the address to his house. Yeah, I read the 10Qs, the 10Qs, 10Ks, because they can't lie in those documents. They can lie in the news. They can get people to write articles about them. A lot of these articles, they're written, they're paid articles. A lot of these companies, you think you're reading something on CNBC or, man, these companies pay for these people to write about them. Nobody sit up at night saying, I'm going to write an article on so and so stock today. No, somebody approaches them and say, hey, look, this is our business. This is what we do. Here's $1,500. Can you provide an article for us? Now, I'm not saying all of them do that. I'm just saying a lot of them do. Yeah, just new people. And again, that's why Jerry got the mailer, because now a lot of people, the mailer trick is that goes after the initial internet promotion. Is the mailer trick. The mailer trick comes after the initial promotion. So it goes to gullible, older people tend to be gullible older people. See if I can find. Promoting tomorrow. Looking to see what's getting promoted tomorrow. God damn. 120. See, I'm trying to get like this promoter right here, Future Money Trends. But Future Money Trends, he promotes Canadian stocks. Somebody in the chat room said that Canada doesn't have promoters. Canada does have promoters. Some of the biggest promoters in the world come from Canada, man. Canada is notorious for promoting. Canada is huge with that. This guy's promoting Golden Arrow Resources, which is GRG, but GRG is a Canadian stock, and I don't think they show up in our GRG. I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't. Can you look them up? You might be able to look them up. It depends on what platform you use. But GRG is out of Canada. I know E-Trade does let you buy Canadian stocks too. GRG. Yeah, GRG. He's promoting GRG. And yeah, most of you guys can buy it. GRG. And it's also a resource play. I see he's just sent out his email today. And I'm looking at the disclaimer, and this guy was compensated by the company $125,000 for the email. So they're going to do, for marketing purposes, for video ads, for a 6-month agreement. So they're going to be pushing this for 6 months, GRG. GRG for 6 months. And this guy don't even really, I mean, he's doing pretty good on the stock so far. I mean, you're up pretty good from the 27th, from 69 cents to 94 cents. That's a nice little gain there. So nice little 1-month gain for GRG. And he's a decent promoter. Future Money Trends. Very expensive. Very expensive. Do very well, Hisham. Very well. Now, I don't like to say I drive the stock up. I create awareness about the company. Okay? I create awareness about the company. I'm creating awareness about SZSMF. You know, there are a lot of people who heard about it today, heard about it on Friday when I talked about that was going to be my pick, who never knew about the company. I create awareness. Now that you know about it, you always know about it when somebody brings it up. I create awareness. That's my job. Or that's what I would say I'm paid to do. ARWF. Damn, that's up huge too. That's not a bad play. So I mean, he's promoting the stock on the Canadian Stock Exchange and on the OTC big board. So on the OTC, it's GRARWF. And since the 27th, it's not been that bad from 52 to 60. So you're up 8 cents a share. You know, you're up 8 cents a share. Where'd you start at? Let's say you started on the 27th. 52 cents. 8. Say you got 1,000 shares. What is that? At least, yeah. 10,000 shares. 4 times 10,000. So a $5,400 investment would have netted you about $800 right now. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Not bad. Miguel, the leaders of hemp are going to jail, man. The leaders in hemp are going to jail. If I'm right, the leaders in hemp are going to jail. In fact, in my background here, I got Facebook. A lot of people don't remember when Facebook was trading at $40 a share. I would love to get Facebook at $40 right now. I should have put everything I had into Facebook. I mean, I knew the stock was valuable, but I would have never imagined that it would be a 3-figure stock. But yeah, Miguel, I mean, the leaders are going to jail, but the stock is too cheap to short. The shorters aren't touching it. Way too cheap to short. You can't short a 2-cent stock. You got the 250 rule. Doesn't even make sense to touch it. So it's just drifting now. And it's honestly not really headed in the right direction. But I would want to, but Jerry, I don't know if Jerry's still in the chat room or not. But how are you getting those mailers? Are you just randomly chosen? Are you in like an investor group? But because I know he lives in Charlotte, so that would be, any kind of major city. You want to send mailers to because they tend to have more sophisticated investors. You don't send mailers to small towns. You send them to big cities. People who live in predominantly good areas. So you focus your mailer on people who have, let's say, incomes over 50,000, and you blanket it to that particular neighborhood. City of Tweak Boys, what's up? And mailers are actually really cheap. Surprised how cheap mailers are. Okay, okay. It's the day trade in New York. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious how they got your information, though. That's pretty cool. Send out another quick ad real quick. Make this beautiful post here. I don't teach day trading, my friend. Yeah, Jerry, I get that a lot. Can you teach me how to? I do not teach anything. I only discuss trading opportunities, sir. Want to learn to drive? You go to Tim Sykes, Cameron Foose. There's so many guys out there that will teach you how to trade stocks, but not many guys are talking about trading opportunities in this price range. That's where I want to specialize in. Here at the Small Cap Network. You have $2,000? Well, you should use $200 and buy my pick tomorrow, SZSMF. Look into it, SZSMF. Let that be the first stock to play. Look into the stock, see if it's for you. Okay. There are going to be 15,000 other investors who are going to be looking at the stock hopefully tomorrow. If I can get just half of them, put in $1,000 or more, that'll be nice. But for beginners, I always just ask you guys if you can put in a couple hundred. Yeah, I plan to hold that as long as silver keeps up. But as an investor, you have the right to decide, how long you want to keep up, It's up to you to decide how long you want to stay in it. I can't control that. Some people play them just for one day. Some people play them for longer. It's up to you. The average 3-month volume is about 80,000 shares. Friday was 102. So I'm expecting tomorrow if we can kill it on the volume. That's what's gonna. If we kill it on the volume, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up tremendously. What's a good entry price? I mean, I wish you get it at 34, man, but you're gonna have to see what it opens up at. A good entry price for the stock will be getting it as soon as it opens up. Once everybody's order coming in, it'll be too late to talk about entry price. Unless maybe you get it on a dip or something like that. We'll see. And of course, I'll be advertising the stock throughout the day, throughout the week, really. I mean, because, and that's the thing, is like, I hope we're not up too huge. Like, I really don't want to see like 200% tomorrow. I really don't want to see like 300% because then I know if stock is up 200, I already know tomorrow we're going to be down. It's not even a matter. It's just, people who are in it are going to be like, I'm out of here. But if we're up 30%, we're up 40, 45, then I have a better chance that people will buy in the next day, and the people who are in it will stay into the next day. Now, what I'm looking to do is something where VGZ, again, I've talked about this. I don't want to bring it up too much for people who've been in the chat room all night, but look at that VGZ chart. That's what I'm trying to do over the next 30 days. I'm trying to get to a point where somebody who starts tomorrow at 34 cents, 35, 36 cents, 30 days from now, with the continued rise in silver prices, okay, we can look back and say, wow, I got $1 a share out of this. I got $1 a share out of this. Would I let you know when you no longer wish to hold? Sure, I can tell you. I mean, yeah, I mean 30 days. I'm going to be promoting for 30 days. So the 4th of next month, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But for the next 30 days, up or down, I'm going to keep talking about it. Again, as long as the price of silver, continues to rise, and then it's going to have some dips. It's got a little dip right now, but we're going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to bite your ear off about it. It might get a little annoying. Okay. I'm sorry for my green screen keeps messing up. I think if I change because it's got green in the background here, so it's being a little irritating. To change it, but I ain't got time for that right now. Yeah, but you guys can stay in or stay as long as, some people go in and out. Some people don't go a day. Some people go in an hour. Yeah, I'm still very high on CETX, man. It scared me out the stock for a little bit because I thought there was a change in the situation, but all the gains that scared me out originally have been made back. All the dips in CETX that it had lost on the day that it scared me out, it's made it back. Now it's looking to test 4 again. Yeah, silver broke 20 earlier this morning. It broke 20 a little earlier today, but it's got a little resistance now, but yeah, it had a new record high of $20. Hasn't seen that since 2014. Yeah, somebody's got a $26, $27 price target on silver for the end of the year. I don't know about that. I don't know that much about commodities to say that. What else am I looking at? MUX. I'm looking at Sprint this month as we go into back to school time. I'm looking at how Sprint, what type of promotions they're going to be putting out. CETX next month coming up with earnings. I want to say either it's next month or the month after, but I'm thinking it's next month. As long as there's trouble in Europe, it'll continue to go up. As long as there's trouble in Europe. I'm still a big fan of Loan. LOAN. I'm still a big fan of BGI, which is a turnaround situation. That's a turnaround situation. It's a company that has some debt, but they're turning some things around over there. They've got a very profitable business. Makes a lot of money. Highly, it's a cheap stock that can really turn some things around if they can figure it out. Very low volume, so don't go in it heavy, but they're trying some things out over there. Look into the company though. I mean, I think you'll see when you look at the books. Got some debt, obviously, but they're turning some things around over there. What else? Something that more liquid that you probably guys would like. Or I really like Brazil Resources. Let me see. They're still. Yeah, Brazil Resources is really good. BRIZF. I really like what they've been doing over there. I like VGZ. I like how they've been doing over there. I'm trying to get out of mining, but that's what's hot right now. I think PTX, something will happen with PTX this month. Gale, I think Gale is still too cheap. And I think investors have decided that it's still too cheap. So I can see Gale going back to $1. I can see Gale going back to $1. Let's just see as long as other investors believe it. But that dip was I mean, Gale was a situation where everybody ran to the door at one time. When you see a stock drops like that, that means everybody runs to the door at one time. And everybody's lowering their price to get out. That's how you lose $1.30 a share. In 10 minutes. We had a sister call up and she offered. God, I forgot I should have wrote it down. I should have wrote it down. But we had another guy call up with WRN. That was really good. That was really good. Country anything? Am I picking my own stocks? No, they approached me and I decide whether or not I want to work with them and if it's a good play. But sometimes I find a stock and I really think it should be better than what it is, and then I contact the company and say, let's do something. Oh, about the books? Let me see here. Yeah, let me get the books for you. Alright, so there's the link for the books. Link for the books. Yeah, I'm loving the price of silver right now. You know, back during spring 2011, uh, silver was at $50. You know, and I don't remember near as much chaos being talked about 2011 than we have now in Europe. Of course, we got Peter Schiff out there going crazy because gold is up. Peter Schiff's, and for those of you who, most of you in here already know who Peter Schiff is. He was the guy who was calling the housing crisis. He was calling the housing crisis that, hey, everybody, you know, taking out these mortgages. And he's right, man. People were getting houses. I knew people personally who had horrible credit, getting some really nice houses. Getting some really nice houses, no money down. And he called it. He was right on time with his call. $8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sir. Trying to get my network off the ground. Appreciate it, Stephen. Thank you for coming. So, what's okay, we got this hater. Get him out of there. So, looking at who's promoting what tomorrow, go to my spam folder because that's tend to be where they all end up at. So QBAK, QBAK, what's that at? Let me see. QBAK, AAK, that's being promoted. That's not a cheap stock either, damn. Not a cheap stock, QBAK. Polestar, okay, that's a NASDAQ company. That is a NASDAQ company being promoted by PennyStockSuperstar.com. PennyStockSuperstar.com is promoting QBAK. A lot of people think those NASDAQ companies don't promote. Yes, they do. They do hire promoters. I got an email for Blinn from smspennypicks.com. So Blinn gonna be on the chart tomorrow. We'll see. SMS Penny Picks. And he's a promoter that just focuses on text alerts. Yeah, Barry. Yeah. Of course. Of course. Don't get me wrong. I do short too. I mean, I short other promoters and stuff like that. Like we just got off the phone with Jerry from Charlotte. He was talking about QTBO. QTBO, I know for a fact, is a pump. Well, E-Trade is. I have E-Trade, and I know E-Trade is an excellent broker. They offer 24 hours a day customer service. Uh, you know, you get a debit card, you get routing numbers, account numbers, of course, account numbers, but wire transfers are about maybe an hour or two. Every time I've done an E-Trade wire transfer, I've received it, you know, within an hour sometimes. As short as like 15 minutes. I don't know what type of system they use, but it's really fast. You get your money really fast out of E-Trade. Maybe it's just between my bank and E-Trade. It's just, I don't know what they're using, but. Rolling praise. We had somebody type in Cuban. You know, when it comes to Cuba, I would look at I'm a big fan of transportation when it comes to Cuban, from Cuba. So I would look at who down there would be doing shipping, who's down there would be doing, you know, the airlines. Maybe if I can get there's a cheap airline play or something like that when we talk about Cuba. I would look at maybe Florida-based construction companies. All right, more than likely the companies that they're going to want to come in there to get things propped up the way they need to as soon as possible would be a Florida-based company, maybe even Texas-based companies. But the situation in Cuba has to clear up a little bit because I'm not certain what's really going on. We got the agreement, but when is you know, when are we going to be able to hop on a plane and go there? That's the answer I need to hear. Well, I'm with E-Trade now. I still like TD. I mean, I'm you know, I still love TD Ameritrade, but I like E-Trade now. I still like E-Trade now. I like E-Trade now. But I still I'm 100% behind TD Ameritrade though. I'm 100% behind TD Ameritrade. But I still I'm 100%. Oh, there we go. What made me do the switch? I had an incident with customer service at TD Ameritrade. I had an incident with customer service. But I mean, they're good. They're still good. It's just a situation with customer service. Capital One Trading. Oh, I would never go to Capital One for trading. Yeah, man, I've heard Capital One Trading is I don't even know their platform. Do they have a decent platform? I still love TD though. I still love TD. You know, you still get the free level twos. Great platform. But it seems like customer service at E-Trade is a little. But some people love customer service at TD. I mean, there's going to be different experiences for everybody. Who went who site down? Oh, Option Express. Yeah, somebody said they were trading on Capital One. There was a guy in here last week who said he was using USAA. He was using USAA to trade. I didn't even know USAA had a brokerage division. That's very interesting. Market hours are, yes sir, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, oh, they used to be Share Builder. I was with Share Builder for a little bit, and it was so interesting because Share Builder was the biggest scam ever. I mean, it's just, I don't even want to think about how much. I think I wasted at least $1,500 messing with Share Builder. You know, because you used to be able to buy like a percentage of a stock. That was horrible. And it barely ever moves. You know, just a joke. It was a joke. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Merrill Lynch, Bank of America. I wouldn't know. Whose fees are $6.95 a trade? Not a problem, Steven. Come back anytime, man. Appreciate it. Come back anytime. Monday, Tuesday. Don't do a show on Wednesday. That's my break. Thursday, Friday, 8 o'clock. It was supposed to be 8 to 10, but I mean, I love talking about this so time. I always end up going to midnight. I think it's actually supposed to go to 11. I always end up going to midnight. Some of you guys you put up really good stickers here. What's going on with VMem? Violin Memory? Is that stock pretty much dead now? VMem? VMEM? Oh, that was a nice little shoot up. Okay, so are we down after hours? VMem ran for a little bit. I don't know what happened to that stock. I think nobody's messing around with that anymore here. Yeah, we had that pretty much went to 92 to 85. That wasn't a good day at all for that stock Friday. So Merrill Lynch is 695 a trade. Okay. I would want to see their platform. Interesting. 695 a trade. That's what's up. I would look into if they get free level 2, you know, if they offer level 2. Can I do penny stocks? Or can I buy OTC stocks? There's a broker out there that's like $5.95 or something like that, but you can't do any stock cheaper than $1. I forgot their name, but they're one of those discount brokerages, and they don't offer any level 2, I believe. I forgot what they're called. Okay, great, great. Asha. Okay, Merrill Lynch, 695 a trade. Oh, if you call TD, they'll reduce it to 7? Okay. Is it you just ask for the reduction, or is it a temporary reduction? Miguel, honestly, I don't, Miguel. I mean, I got a promotion to run, so I got investors counting on me to go hard this week on my stock. So, again, I'm still in Sprint. MUX is one of those 2 long-term stocks. I got both, you know, over 15 grand in that are doing very well. Doing very well. I'm just sitting on the money. And I've made really good money with them over the last 30 days, and we're up really good on those. They were, I'm talking about my family, but I got over 15,000 in both of those stocks and doing very, very well. But tomorrow is all about SZSMF. No, level two. I mean, look, level two. I can maybe do a level two video if I can find. Yeah, maybe that'll probably be a good idea. But level two is because I just want to see where level two shows you where the resistance is. You know, if they're stacking on the bid, that means they're buying heavy, right? So if you see a lot of green on the bid, that means people are hitting that bid. That stock is going to be going up. See seas of red showing up. Okay, then you got a lot of people in the ask, a lot of people trying to get out. Are we hitting a resistance? You know, level or is this just temporary selling? So level two shows you, especially when you're dealing with these OTC stocks, you want to be able to see some of that sometimes. Because circumstances can change so rapidly. Circumstances can change so rapidly. That's why a lot of companies do people a favor and they release good and bad news after hours. So instead of bad news being released during the trading day, they release them after hours. Some of these people would get heart attacks if they knew some of the information that came out during the day. Or they do it pre-market. They do it pre-market in the morning. Good news comes out pre-market, bad news comes out after the end of the day. Good news, they love good news pre-market because the other employees in the company and management, they want to check, cash out a little bit too. They want to cash out a little bit too. Yeah, man, Miguel, Sprint is cheap right now. I still think Sprint is a cheap stock. I think Sprint is back. Okay, they're not the Sprint of maybe 5 or 7 years ago where they were really kind of behind the ball, in terms of not being competitive. Sprint was a little bit too much Apple. If you wanted Samsung, you wanted HTC, you had to go to T-Mobile, or you had to go to Verizon or all that. Verizon jumped on Android fast. That's why Verizon's where they're at. They saw Android and they fell in love with it. Came out with a Droid product. A lot of people, when they think Android, the first thing they think is Verizon. Now Sprint is really, they're all about, they still do Apple heavy. They still do Apple heavy, but you're going to go into a Sprint store, you'll see the G7, you'll see the Notes, you'll see some HTC products. They've changed their marketing. Sprint marketing used to be very old-fashioned, mostly business. You know what I'm saying? All about business customers. Now it's a little more friendlier. They're trying to lose that kind of business rep that Sprint had because of the whole little Nextel situation. People thought Sprint, they thought business, and things are changing over there at Sprint. And the 30-day chart shows it. The 30-day chart shows it, 30-day chart shows it. So, we're going into July. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Verizon is very expensive. Verizon is very expensive, but their network is nothing to play with, man. They've got a very good network. I've had Verizon here and there once and twice. Oh, that Sprint's got the Boost Mobile. They own Boost Mobile. And I think they own another carrier too. I can't remember what it is. Virgin Mobile. There we go. Sprint owns Virgin Mobile too. And Virgin Mobile is basically Sprint's upper class Boost Mobile. They actually describe that in their 10K. They say that Virgin is like their, you know, for customers who don't want to say they have Boost Mobile, they can say they have Virgin. Virgin is considered like a higher up line than Boost. Yeah, Verizon is very expensive. But, you know, Verizon is they do that on purpose, you know. T-Mobile owns Metro PCS. I do know that T-Mobile owns Metro PCS now. I think that deal went down last year sometime. Obama phones. That's funny. Yeah, those Obama phones, I mean, they're a joke. You know, nobody even wants to be seen with those things. But there are people who use them, and I appreciate the fact that they're available to some people. You know, you got some people who are out here coming out of jail or coming out of tough situations, you know, looking for just a phone to stay in contact with friends, family, employers, so they can be contacted for jobs, stuff like that. So shout out to Obama for the Obama phone, man. Robert DaCosta 30-day chart. Yeah, 30-day. I mean, I've said it several times, but I'm a trend trader. I love trading the trends. Okay, besides when I'm promoting, when I'm not promoting. So I'm looking for a stock that's in a trend, hopefully going up in a 30-day, 20-day, 15 or 10. Okay, 10 then 3. And I want the trend to be confirmed on in every if every one of those dates, in every one of those dates. And all I'm doing is just jumping and writing the trade in the same way. So obviously I'm not getting all the gains that I missed out on, but the fact of the matter is I'm in a confirmed trend. And what happens is I leave or I exit the stock if I lose 10% or more in a day. I'm not afraid of 2%. I'm not afraid of 3%. If I lose 10 or more percent in a day, in my opinion, I've considered at the end of the trend. All right? Or maybe a possible correction. We had a situation here with CETX the other day, did that. I thought it was possibly the end of a trend. It was simply a correction. Okay, and the stock is back up where it's supposed to be at. In fact, the very next day, it made back most of its gains. But that's my rule. 10% in a day, I'm out until I can figure out what's going on because I don't know where the bottom is. I mean, if you lose 10% or more in a day on a stock, I don't know where the bottom is once you get to 10. I mean, how far down are we going? Are we going down 15, 20, 30? So 10, I'm out, and I'm willing to lose 10% to figure that out. Yeah, most people aren't qualified for the Obama phones, man. You gotta earn less than like 20 grand or something like that to get one of those. Most people do not qualify for Obama phone. But I mean, if you got income, you got a little bit of money, you don't even want those really. CETX, would I go back in? I want to go back in and see CETX, but I'm looking for another dip now. Because if you look at the chart on CETX, you get plenty of opportunities, right? You get plenty of opportunities to jump in and out of CETX. So we're at what, 365 now after hours? Okay. So after hours, we're starting tomorrow down. We're at 365 now after hours. So, you know, if the stock gets back into the 360s, I would look into CETX again. Because again, we touched 4 on, what is that, Thursday or Friday? Stock touched 4. So your threshold is 8%. Okay. Yeah, and then, you know, whatever stock I'm looking at, I set alerts. So typically every 5% forward and backwards, I have an alert. Sends me a text to my phone if I'm out, or just right on my computer. You know, but other than that, I don't like looking at, you know, unless I'm expecting something, or we're we're about to test resistance, and I pull up to level 2 to see if we're gonna crush it, or, you know, gonna be another fake out. But other than that, I just set my alerts and move on to something else. Mental stop losses. But other than that, I'm just setting alerts. Not necessarily. I mean, it's midnight. I'm about to close up the show here in a minute. You know, we've been on since 8 o'clock, Barry. So been on since 8 o'clock. But I love this so much, man. I love this so much. And then plus, I'm going to be up for a little bit while, for a little longer, because I got to set up some more ads for tomorrow for SZSMF. I need that to do very well tomorrow because, you know, I know there's some people depending on me to do well on that. And that's going to be a very big test of other people who are looking at me, because there's some opportunities sitting on the sidelines depending on how well that does. So if that does well, then there's some other things down the pipeline that I think you guys will really like. I'm talking some stocks that are like, what's my other watch somewhere around here? God damn, there we go. You know, $10 million floats, $5 million floats, stocks under, you know, under a penny, some of them, some 3, 4, 5 cents. You know, some that I'm looking at that we could easily go from, you know, a nickel to 15 cents in a day if we do it right. So we'll see. We'll see. So you need CETX to go down to the 280s. I don't think it'll ever see the 280s again, my friend. That day when when I got out, when it tested 280 again. I was like, what the heck? I don't think CETX would ever do that again. That was just, I don't know where that came from. All right, I'll do that to close up the night here. It's just past midnight, so let me get it up out of here. So of course my promotion tomorrow is SZSMF. All right. Oh, I wrote that ticker wrong. SZSMF. Okay. So of course I love Sprint. Gale is going to be nice tomorrow. Hopefully investors are still thinking that's cheap, and there's a lot of more upside there. AG is still good. What else is really popping off the top of my head? MUX. Hold on. What's going on? MUX is going to be good tomorrow. Really anything, you know, commodities. I'm watching. Let me see here. Silverprice.org. There we go. Silver going back over 20 now. Silverprice.org. I'm watching a live chart on silverprice.org, and we're going back over 20 in silver. Going back in 20 in silver. I like VGZ a lot. Yeah, Spartan, you just typed it in. VGZ. I like TGD. I like commodities right now. I'm in love with commodities right now because it's almost you're almost guaranteed an easy 4 or 5% or more on the day. Easy money right now on commodities. Yeah, but for those of you guys who you know, you're trading with under 2 or 3 grand, so you're looking for a trend to be in. You know, I know you can't jump in and out of stocks as much as you want to. Let me see here. I like those stocks a lot. Quick look, because I got a whole list. I wish I can I put this all in the chat room? Some of these are not, let me see, is this going to fit in here? Yeah, some of these are not all going to be, but these are stocks that I'm looking at, stocks that I'm talking to. A lot of them are just, you know, let me see, some of these aren't. Yeah, there's a lot of these are OTC plays you guys might not be interested in, but I type this. Oh no, I can't, hold on. Yeah, those are, again, sorry, some of them aren't in caps. And again, not all of them have like insane volume or anything like that. But those are just some stocks that I'm watching here and there. Okay. Just some stocks that I'm watching, that's all. But if I were you, I would go on thestreet.com. You can go to Google. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it, LK Ra. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. If you play it right, doubling your account is easy. A lot of people say a lot of stuff about the promoters and stuff like that, but you know, the people who win, they don't say anything. It's the people who lose. They're the loudest, right? And those are the people who they're late to the party. They don't really know how to do it. They're second guessing themselves. You know. So you can figure it out, man. Some people are really good at paying the playing with the promoters, playing the picks. And like I said, I hope to become a good one, you know. I think I am a good one already, honestly. But we'll see. Tomorrow is a big day. It's been a minute, so I got to get to work. But I'm closing up the I appreciate you guys coming on the show tonight. All the callers. We've been on since 8, so I appreciate you guys, man. All the time I'm trying to grow this thing. And slowly, and it was getting more stable, so I appreciate the 42 people that are in here right now. I appreciate all of you guys. You said, Techie, something about a 10% pre-market drop. Yeah, I mean, there's some stocks that are down pre-market. I mean, I'm looking at some stocks now that are down pre-market that I know are probably going to end up closing up. I mean, that happens sometimes. Some people, you know, a stock can be down pre-market because a whole bunch of people, there are more sales entered than buys. You know what I mean? So don't let that fool you if a stock is down pre-market. I mean, if there's no bad news, it's just the fact that people who decide to sell for some reason are putting in an order. But that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, good night, guys. Good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Good night, Miss Petaway. Pasha, good night. James, Jerry, thank you for the call. Roberto, thank you. Techie Tech, LK, Barton Financial, Miguel, everybody else who's in the chat room. Travi. Yeah, LK got on early today. LK usually be in here like 11:30 talking about hi guys at like 11:30. Yeah. Carlos, Trade King, is he still here? Cool Cat Beats. He did 8 point. Man, you work hard, bruh. You work hard, man. That's why I hope you make a G tomorrow. I really do. I really hope everybody makes a lot of money because that's gonna make it easier for me tomorrow. Okay? That's going to make it a lot easier for me tomorrow. Or we're going to get them calls tomorrow on the show. You mother N-word. But we'll be here. We'll see. All right, guys. All right, guys. Take care. Good night. See you tomorrow. I got to get to work.